Steeler Nation, sports fans, welcome to another version of Soul Tape. It is a victory.
It's called coaching.
Sidney Crosby passes Mario Lemieux as the Penguins' all-time points leader.
The Pirates have one of the best pitching staffs. They be balling. I'm fired up. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another version of Soul Take on Pittsburgh's DSEN. My name is Kevin Cameron. If you're on YouTube, I know that we have the name wrong for me and Luther on YouTube, and we're going to get that taken care of. Kiera, I know you're listening. If you could please send that over to me so I can make that change right away as well. But in the house, already mentioned Luther Dupree. He's back for another show. And also, Ken Craig is in the middle of the screen. We have his name right on YouTube.
What's going on?
All right.
Welcome
And
back.
look at who's back. Look at who's back. JT.
The one and only.
Back in the house.
The people's champion.
Back in the house.
Where's your belt?
To talk sports here. Yeah. So, hey, fellas, what a fantastic, and I mean fantastic week here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania from a sports standpoint, man. 805,000 people
Breaking records.
for the NFL all-time record.
All time.
Yeah.
All-time record. And you know, I'm really fired up about it because before the draft, all the naysayers, me and Ken, we were talking about it a little bit. All the naysayers, will Pittsburgh be able to handle it? Pittsburgh can't do it. What are they doing? They must be out of their mind, right? And Pittsburgh showed up and showed out.
Handled it well.
Handled it well.
And-
now, go ahead.
If anyone watched it from home,
Yeah.
right? They did a great job displaying Pittsburgh as beautifully as we see it every day, right? Like the way that it just was portrayed on TV, the city, the rivers, the bridges, everything that we Yinzers take advantage of on a daily basis, they made look absolutely stunning on TV. So very well done to everybody, very well done to production, very well done to the city of Pittsburgh as well.
Well, I'd have to say, you're right, Ken. I mean, they put Pittsburgh on display, from the outside. Now I wish that Pittsburgh would get that on the inside.
Yeah.
And everybody that's listening knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, they did a great job. I don't have any complaints. I was there every day, all 3 days. The city was great. The fans came out. The energy was great. There was only one time I saw all the Pittsburgh fans get upset, and that was with the first pick. But other than
you
that,
have to bring that up.
Hey,
well, we're going
there.
to talk about that in a little bit, right?
I've never seen energy get taken out of a place with 300,000 people just like that. But, I guess we'll get to that.
But you know what? I'm going to just what you just said. How many people, that go to the draft, watch the draft, whatever, really know anything about 80%? I'm gonna give them that number. It's actually higher. Really know anything about any of their draft picks? They want to boo, but they don't know because they don't watch them. They're not. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the Steelers are looking at this guy from day one in their senior season or at the beginning of the season before the draft. So for people to sit up there and boo, they're just booing because it ain't one of those.
Right, but it's not somebody that major media or Soul Take is talking about.
Right.
This guy didn't even come in for a pre draft visit, so nobody had him on the radar like he would be drafted right there.
Do you remember when the last time that happened is? I mean, like really, like.
Well, hold on. He was projected as a 1 or 2.
Well, first or second round, late first or second round is what I saw.
Well, what do you call late?
Well, like 28 or lower, not 21. And usually, lately, they've been bringing in everybody in that first round. They all came in for a pre-visit. I guess we'll get to,
maybe they were trying to keep him under the radar.
No, not at all. We'll get to it. The main reason was what we'll talk about later, by the Eagles making a trade to move up to get Lemon, the wide receiver.
Yeah.
That's the main reason. That wasn't the intent for the Steelers
but should
to
have
draft.
gotten that far? Should have gotten that far when you have 12 picks and you have the guy you want
We'll talk
slipping.
about it. We'll talk about it. Yeah.
But you remember the last time that happened?
What last time?
It
What
wasn't
happened?
the first round pick, but when the Steelers took somebody that nobody knew about. No, when nobody knew about, because he never played football. Carlton Hasselred. And became an all-pro on the offensive line.
That's true.
Okay.
So,
but they weren't trying to take a wide receiver at the time.
I'm just saying, though, people, I mean.
They weren't on the phone with the guy they wanted to take.
Exactly.
And somebody just came in and you got
I'm not talking about Lemon. I'm not talking about Lemon. I'm just talking about when they took.
Oh, that was a great pick. I agree with that. I'm just saying that the way it all happened was very embarrassing for the Steelers organization.
I think it happens way more than what we are aware about.
But not like this.
But not in the
on
face.
TV.
Correct.
In your home state.
Yeah.
And you're hosting it. You're on the phone with the guy, and then it gets out.
That's the part that
is a major blunder.
When it's thrown out there and when it's caught and brought to everybody's attention, especially the home.
You're hosting the event. That was rough.
That was
rough.
where
they still had enough picks to go.
We'll have time for that.
Oh, yeah,
so
right.
let's stay on
fault.
schedule here. You all blew what I wanted to.
My fault.
How I wanted to actually get off topic. I can't even say it now. Off topic. But let's get right to it, because I had something that I wanted to say before we got into the pins, but I'll save it for later. That's okay. As I mentioned, the city of Pittsburgh had a great week last week, and then started off this week great as well. The Pittsburgh Penguins down 3-1, right? Playing for their lives, had to win 4 games in a row. So as a result of winning on Monday, that was 2 in a row. Okay. So now the big question is, can they win the next 2? But before we get into that, what happened last night? Ken, you were there. Fill everybody in.
Yeah, what happened last night? The Pens stay alive. I mean, they 3-2 win over Philadelphia. We got goals. We got depth goals. Pens haven't done this since a long time ago in the regular season, what feels like years ago now. Their depth actually stepped up and got some goals. We got goals from Elder Soderblom, the glue guy, Connor Dewar, and Chris Letang got a veteran bounce goal for the.
Is that what you call it?
I call
veteran bounce goal.
They called it pinball on TV.
Pinball, right?
Yep. It was beauty. He wasn't even shooting at the net. Dumped it. Hit the back of the net. Hit the back of the goalie's leg and into the net, which. Surprisingly, being at the game, there was a few of those that almost happened last night. So was happy to see one go in. But something was in the air last night. Sidney Crosby was on an absolute tear. He was just dialed in. Shot efficiency was way better last night. I mean, we went from 6, 7, 8 shots missing the net in game 4 to being just very dialed in. The details were there last night. They didn't get pulled into too much after the whistle, penalties and things like that. Like, they just came to play their game last night in a win or go home situation. And when the Pens score first and they're playing with the lead, they're able to play their game. They didn't get behind. They didn't fall into Philadelphia's trap. It was just it was a good game. You could tell they're getting back to the Penguins' way.
Yeah. Well, the third game, if I'm not mistaken, the Penguins jumped up 1-0. And I think that's when that altercation happened.
Yep.
And the Flyers came back.
Yep.
And took over the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
That melee changed everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So big win yesterday, Sidney Crosby, right? He's hot. It looks like he has that what can I say?
That pep in the step back. He's back. He's energized.
That fire in his eyes that says, look, we're gonna put it all on the line and we're gonna do everything we can to come out with the victory.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's dialed in. He was dialed in last night. I mean, he was all over the place. And I think that's what they need to see. The leadership on the team who have been there before, who have played a lot of playoff games. Some of these people on the team, some of these players have never been in a playoff game, right? Or have never been successful in a playoff game. And you have 3 players on the team that have, multiple cups. So, it's huge. Same with Letang. I self-admittedly have been the biggest Chris Letang
hater,
doubter.
I don't
want to say hater.
Doubter.
I appreciate what he's done for the organization, but I don't think he is there anymore, right? And so he's really stepped up the past 2 games. He has 2 goals in 2 games. Got the winning goal last night, but I think most importantly, we saw, the depth scoring. Like I said, they're getting points from all 4 lines, and on top of that, they're getting high danger opportunities. They're getting the puck low, they're getting the puck in and around the goaltender, and they're challenging him.
And that penalty kill at the end of the game was
PK's been off the chain.
Yeah.
Off the chain.
And
absolutely.
How many missed open netters last night? At least 3,
Crosby had one. Did he have one?
Yeah, he hit the post. I mean, he was also dove and tried to hit it. I mean, that's when you're shooting a puck from the other end. It's not that easy. Guys, it's not that easy. Right?
Earlier in his career, it made it look real easy.
Right.
All right. Well, let's talk about the power play. Yeah. There's struggles with the power play right now because I think the last power play of the game was a 2-minute power play, if I could remember. And they frustrated me, Ken, because they took too long to shoot. Yeah, you can't take that long to shoot.
Well, okay, so I'm going to agree with you, but that's what someone up in the peanut gallery would say, right? Mm-hmm. You hear this every game. You hear the people up in the peanut gallery, shoot!
Well, I'm up there.
Shoot! Right? So there's ways that they move the puck to get the open shot, right? And there's ways that they move the people around, the defenders around, and it's typically from going to the point, circling around the outside to make sure the defender's moving to get that open shot. And there's typically someone down low, i.e. Sidney Crosby's typically down low to set up the player in front. So they've run this power play their entire season. Their power play has been terrible this series. I mean, they've come in top 5 power play all year, have absolutely destroyed teams. But this series, I give it more to Philadelphia's defense than anything.
I don't.
I think
come up with a better play.
And on top of it, I do feel like that group is gripping the stick way too tight. Right, they're not relaxed. They're not letting
too big for some of the younger guys. It's just...
and I feel like they're forcing some things instead of allowing it to flow. 1 and 2, they're not. There's just no confidence on the power play right now. Right, there's no confidence at all. There's no get it down low and put it in the net. Right. It's too much outside work. They're taking shots from ugly directions. They're not getting it close and danger chances. It's just.
But that's coaching, though, Ken. Right? That's coaching. Come up with a play that'll put your team in a better position to get earlier shots.
And it just seems like there's no even during the regular games, it just seems like there's nobody in front of the net, like to, you know, like
it's been an issue for the past few weeks, you know, especially in the playoffs. Their power play has completely disappeared, but all season they were top 3, top 4 in the NHL and power play execution. They typically have been dialed in. However, they just lost it. There's just zero confidence that when they, I mean, it's even to the point I get worried that they're going to give up a shorthanded goal more than they're going to get a power play goal, because that's how bad it's been lately.
Wow.
And just let you all know, the screen is fixed now. Luther's Luther.
All right.
And I'm Kevin.
So, but I do think, you know, again, the fourth line is grinding. Blake Lizotte, who has been the motor of that PK, like you mentioned, he's been a unsung hero of this team. You know, I think that there's a chance that they go in tomorrow night to play Game 6. You know, and there's a chance that they could win that game if they get out early, and if they get ahead early and play the Pens game and don't fall into the antics that Philadelphia is trying to pull after the whistle. I mean, they are hacked.
So go ahead, finish your
No, go ahead.
comment. Okay. So what has changed over the last 2 games to allow the Penguins to have the success,
I think coaching
to win games?
Are they playing looser now? It was up against the wall.
They've made some adjustments, especially in the neutral zone, right? Like, so instead of, you won't see as many cross ice passes in the neutral zone right now, because what Philadelphia was doing prior, they were picking those off and taking it the other way.
Right.
So that's 1. 2, they're getting it down low, and they're not going into the zone and like what they call one and done. They're getting it down into the zone. Philadelphia's getting it and just dumping it out, right? Like, they're getting time in the offensive zone, which is huge. So they changed up their strategy there. 3, the other thing, and the most important thing in my mind, is instead, like Game 1 and Game 2, even Game 3, they had over 35 hits per game, right? All season, they averaged 18 hits per game. I get it, it's the playoffs, but they were playing body first, puck second.
Right.
And because they were so fired up, it's such a big rivalry. They were going for the body and almost leaving the puck behind, which that's not their way. They're not built that way. They're not that team. So they went back to puck first, right? You're still going to see the scrums after, you know, after puck freezes or after the whistle. It's the playoffs. That's the best part of it. But instead, they're going puck first. They're worrying about puck possession. They're starting to make smarter decisions with the puck. They're not forcing passes. They're not they're kind of still overpassing at times. But there's some they've changed their mindset there. And honestly, they got desperate. You know, they got desperate and said, like, let's go back to our game.
That's a good point.
Like
Desperation could be a strength.
Yeah.
You know, it really could. I mean, you can't fake desperation, right?
Right.
You just can't.
Yep.
All right. So what's your confidence as far as them winning the next 2?
Yeah, it's
one at a time.
Yeah,
they got to win this
that's
first
for
one.
them.
Yeah,
that's for them, and that's for, you know, the coaches.
Yeah, they have to go in, and I mean, my confidence is not high. No. I give it about a 30% chance.
And why is that, Ken?
It's only been done 4 times.
Okay, being down 0-3,
being down 3-0.
Okay,
didn't it happen against the Penguins and the Boston Bruins?
Can't hear you, JT, in the mic.
I'm sorry.
They didn't come back to win.
The Bruins did.
They got to a Game 7, didn't they?
Yeah, they got to Game 7. So it's only the reverse sweep, which is when you're down 3-0 and then you come back to win, has only been done 4 times: 1942, 1975, 2010, and 2014. Most recently, it was LA Kings over San Jose Sharks, and prior to that was Philadelphia Flyers over Boston Bruins in 2010.
So we're not going to see a number 5, you don't think? Your confidence is low.
Man, it is. My confidence is low. I'm going to keep it there. You know,
are you trying to use reverse psychology?
Kevin, don't call me out like that.
Hey, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
I don't. It's a big mountain to get over. This team has faced adversity this year, but this is a big mountain to get over. They're going back to Philadelphia, win or go home situation again. They play good on the road, so I do think that they're in Philadelphia's head right now. But all it takes is one win for Philadelphia. That's all. So,
but if they win this one, the pressure's all on Philly because they don't want to go back to Pittsburgh for a game.
It's a big deal.
7.
Yep, they'll be home.
But I think it ends tonight, unfortunately.
Well, they're not playing tonight.
No, tomorrow night.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was going to say.
I think Crosby's going to have probably one of the best games he's ever had.
Yeah, that's what
I'm telling you.
That's what JT.
That's what he needs. That's what he needs to happen.
Right now is when he's going to show, to me, what a leader is supposed to do. And I think he's going to lead the troops into battle, and they are going to come out on top big time.
And he's he's a Flyer. He dominates the Flyers. He's the leading points, goals, everything against the Flyers. So if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be him.
It'd be nice, but I think it ends tomorrow.
You think it ends?
I think it's over.
Well,
you think it ends tomorrow?
Yeah.
JT?
Not at all.
Not at all.
But if it does, I tell you what I do. I use reverse psychology this way.
Okay.
Just like I did with the Green Bay Packers and the Steelers Super Bowl.
All right.
I'm betting money. So if the Steelers, when the Steelers lost,
you got money.
I got money. So if the Penguins lose tomorrow, guess what? I'm going to get money.
JT's philosophy. I like that. All right.
So we'll see.
You're betting against the Penguins? I missed that.
No, I'm betting against the Flyers.
Okay, so you're putting your money where your mouth is.
Right, but I'm saying if the Flyers win, wait a minute, let me get this right here.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm betting against the Flyers. I'm betting for the Flyers.
You're betting against the Penguins.
You're betting against
to win.
Yeah, you're putting money on the
Flyers to win. Yes.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you don't believe in the Penguins then?
Welcome back to the show.
Right.
It's called a win-win situation.
Okay, so you're going with your heart. I think we're all going with our heart with the Penguins, right? I don't think there's nobody.
I already told you I think they're going to win. I think the Penguins are going to win, but
you're not putting your money there.
No.
I just think they dug themselves.
If he breaks his heart, he still made some money from
right.
it.
Okay.
I
got it.
I got you. So if
it ain't gonna break the bank.
Yep. So
you're saying you'll win either way.
Win-win situation.
Okay.
Win-win.
Well, you might as well just pay me that money. I'll say nice things about you, and we'll be good.
Your odds ain't as good as FanDuel.
No. Well, I'm going with the Penguins, fellas. I'm going with the Penguins in Philly. Okay. Ooh. Now, if the Penguins happen to win Game 6, does that change anything for you?
Yeah,
it does. Okay.
To me, all the pressure's on Philly.
And that game will be when, Ken?
Saturday.
It will be Saturday, so it would be before we come back on the air.
Mm-hmm. It would be here.
Yeah. But I'm saying
there might be 805,000 people here for that.
Everybody's going to be there for that one.
The next time we come on air, from a show standpoint, we'll know. Even though Ken will have all the information posted to our YouTube channel. So hopefully everyone is following our YouTube channel and providing the likes for as many videos as possible. And also hopefully you're a subscriber. If so, we appreciate it. If not, what are you waiting on? As well as if you would like to call and be a part of the conversation, or text us, JT. What's the number? You have the number there.
412-213-8995 is the call-in number. 412-218-3888 is the text number. And please do not call the text line.
There you go. Right. Now, that's the question of the day as well. We want to hear from you. Can the Pens win the next 2 games? Not just tomorrow, not just the Wednesday game, but the Saturday game as well. I don't want to hear this one game at a time. We're fans.
You got to win one before you can win 2.
We're fans. So we talk about who's going to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of every year, don't we? Don't we? True. Yeah. So come on now.
I don't think at the beginning of the year, maybe a few games.
No. All right, here we go. PGA. Let's talk a little bit of golf, fellas. PGA Tour. I'm not sure who had an opportunity to watch the Zurich Classic of New Orleans this past week or this past weekend, but the first ever brothers won a PGA Tour event together in dramatic fashion. Matt Fitzpatrick and Alex Fitzpatrick actually won. I believe they end up shooting a 57, if I'm not mistaken, to actually win everything. And they had a total points. Let me make sure I get the information right. You know, this Zurich Classic information could be a little bit confusing the way they do it as well. Matter of fact, I'm not sure if what I'm looking at is updated, but I could tell you that they did win, and it gave Alex Fitzpatrick his first PGA Tour victory as well. He now has full tour status.
Anybody needed help
through 2028. Yeah, well, hey, it's kind of like Venus and Serena's Williams, right? When they play doubles, you know, you do what you need to do. All right. See what else is going down.
Oh, you forgot about your girl. She got back on the winning way.
Well, we didn't. We're going to hit up LPGA. I know for the first major of the year on the LPGA side, so we'll get to that. So Alex Fitzpatrick only had 11 career starts, so for this to be his first win, no big deal there. Also, I don't have it on my sheet here to talk about today, but I know that there's been some news regarding Tiger Woods and not being a captain coming up as well. I think Jim Furyk, if I'm pronouncing his name right, will step in. Is that for the Ryder Cup?
Yes,
he's going to be the captain for the Ryder Cup.
Tiger himself said that he didn't want to do it. He needs to focus on himself. That was his decision of actually about a month ago, because they asked him about it. He says, "If I'm not right, I'm not going to put myself in." It's the
right move. He has other issues he's dealing with.
Yeah,
for sure.
So Jim Furyk has been named the U.S. Ryder Cup captain.
Ryder Cup. There you go.
2027 matches at Adare Manor in Ireland.
Got you. All right, so just get back to the Zurich Classic of New Orleans as well. I do have the information here. They actually won with, it looks like 257 total points over Smalley and Springer, who had 258 points. So the next tournament is actually the Cadillac Classic. Okay, and then after that is the Truist Championship, Memorial Tournament, and the PGA Championship. I think that'll be the second major this year as well. All right. Anything else from a update standpoint when it comes to the PGA? Nothing else? We're good. All right. So
football.
What's that?
So let's talk some football.
Yeah, we will after the break. What else? What's going on?
LPGA. You forgot.
No. We're following the script here, man.
I'm just saying. You just tell her. Just say who won. She just got back on the winning way.
Well, they have to wait. That's what you call a tease,
Hey,
JT.
welcome back to the show.
Yeah.
Well, listen. I've seen that. But
check this out. So, we'll get to that. But check it out. This is what I wanted to get to because we have a minute anyway before we take our first break. But I'm not sure if you all heard the big news, right? I mean, I'm off the market. You know, I'm a married man, but for those men out there, you know, Megan Thee Stallion, from what I understand, is back on the market.
He's back in the streets or back outside. Back outside.
Her and Klay Thompson, that plays for the Dallas Mavericks, they split. You two didn't know about that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
She was kissing another man in the club the other night.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
you two are looking like that's
I don't
news
know
to
the
me.
rights to that music.
I see it.
Her and Cardi B made a song together, and they're 0 for 2 in the last couple months. Stephon Diggs and Klay Thompson.
Wow. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But
Interesting song.
It happens. You know, when we were single, we dated, we broke up with people.
Yeah.
So it happens. But it's just a little different when you're in the public eye.
I hear Mike Vrabel's back on the market.
But he's married.
He's still on the market.
As of today.
Yeah.
As of today.
Aren't they sending him to some classes to help him with his cheating classes?
Therapy and stuff. Yeah.
Therapy cheating classes, man.
I wonder if it's the same one that Robert Kraft went to.
You could add a lot of people to that list. All right.
And house
so
referral.
this is what we'll do. When we come back, because we need to take a break, we will get into the NFL draft that was held here in Pittsburgh. We'll talk more about what went down in the Steel City. All right. And Luther, I don't know, man. I'm still upset with this Makai Lemon
tell me about
situation here. Yeah. So
I'm hot.
We're going to talk about that as well. And
you would have said the same thing about Lyman Sweet if it would have happened.
Yep, exactly.
We're going to break down every draft pick of our Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to provide a grade for each, as well as an overall grade. And let you all know, I'm normally optimistic about a certain team here in the city of Pittsburgh. I'm normally optimistic, but I'm just gonna lay some wood here and do a little bit of spanking because I wasn't real happy. Okay, and
you weren't the only one.
I wasn't real happy
on that train.
There's a lot of different reasons, and I'm going to explain why, along with the fellas, right after this break.
Well,
looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pit Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcast, and Soul Pit television options, we can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pit Media take you to that next level.
Business owners thinking about back-to-school promotions and replacing summer flavors with pumpkin? What about your taxes? Reduce your stress and tax liabilities by planning for tax time now with Cameron Professional Services Group. CPSG takes your goals, values, and visions to create a custom tax plan catered specifically to your business. We work closely with you to ensure
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pit Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcast, and Soul Pit television options, we can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pit Media take you to that next level.
Business owners thinking about back-to-school promotions and replacing summer flavors with pumpkin? What about your taxes? Reduce your stress and tax liabilities by planning for tax time now with Cameron Professional Services Group. CPSG takes your goals, values, and visions to create a custom tax plan catered specifically to your business. We work closely with you to ensure that as your business grows and goals shift, so will your custom plan. Located in the Hill District in Pittsburgh, PA, CPSG is a CPA and consultant firm, providing services in accounting, auditing, tax planning and preparation, community development, and operational management. Call Cameron Professional Services Group today at 412-251-0607.
Have you had the Beat by Niche experience? Beat by Niche is one of the top makeup artists in the city of Pittsburgh. She's touched the face of Cardi B, Love and Hip Hop personalities, and various Steeler wives. If you have not sat in her chair, what are you waiting for? Visit beatbyniche.com to schedule your special makeover for all occasions: weddings, graduations, proms, photo ops, and more. Visit beatbyniche.com and experience the touch of excellence.
All right, we are back. This is Soul Take on Pittsburgh's DSEN. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We are about to talk about the NFL draft that was held right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now, we mentioned on the opening how impressive it was for our city, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to host a draft, and not only host a draft, but also to break a record.
Break records, yeah.
Okay, from a attendance standpoint, 805,000 people. Now, the draft next year goes to DC. I'm not sure how it'll do in DC, but the pressure, will be on, I would think. And anything else from a Pittsburgh hosting standpoint? Go ahead. Did you all catch any of the concerts and everything down at the stadium as well? No,
I didn't go near the place.
I caught the concert. Brett Michaels, Wiz Khalifa. I think I'm still recovering from when Wiz Khalifa got on stage.
Okay,
a lot of people were lighting up, but
wow,
it was interesting. I mean,
but you know
the
what?
crowd was into it. I loved it. I think the way they had the stage set up, the way they had Aqua Shore for the fans to go either place. It was a great setup. Point State Park was laid out with all the rings, giant size rings. Everybody I know that went down there had a great time. It was amazing. Pittsburgh showed up. I mean, it was amazing.
Well, like you said, you don't know how that's going to pan out in D.C., but you got to remember, D.C.'s hosted millions. So we kind of already know where I think that's going to end up.
You think they'll break the record?
Yes,
you do,
without a doubt.
The reason I say that about DC is we know they host all kind of things, but it's more for political or demonstrations and everything.
But check this out.
Even though it's in the DMV, right? So you should be able to get Washington, what's the name? Commanders and the Eagles and
even the Raven fans.
Even the Ravens. So it's a great location.
New York's right there. So I mean,
there you go.
But I'm saying, here's the thing. Here's the reason why I'm saying I think they're gonna break it easily as well.
Easily.
And here's why I say this. It's because you were there, right? Downtown.
Right.
What percentage, if you would have to just say off the top of your head, was African American?
I mean, that's hard to say.
I'm just saying, if you were just to guesstimate.
Probably about 30, maybe 30%.
That's going up. That's going up next year. Because like you said, you got to remember, those people down in Baltimore.
If African American attendance goes up, maybe white attendance goes down.
No, not for the NFL draft is the NFL draft.
Okay.
I mean, people, they look, there's people that do it every year.
People travel.
So, but I'm saying, what I'm saying though is, when you got Baltimore, Washington, Philly, New York, those fans are die hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Die hard. And their African American following with those teams are big time. So I think, especially in DC, it's got to. It's a great location. I think it's going to surpass. I think it's going to surpass the million.
Yeah,
definitely.
Okay. So we'll see.
It could.
All right.
So, but we can enjoy this year. We got the rest.
We did, and we didn't fall on our face.
Yeah. Okay. So
how was the cuisine down there? Did you eat down there, or did you?
I wasn't too impressed with some of the food choices. I had to go out to get the food I wanted. So yeah, I didn't like the prices were way too high for a hamburger and fries. $30 is a little too much.
Yeah. And let me say,
they were taxing really bad.
Let me say this too. I wonder what kind of feedback the city of Pittsburgh, Allegheny County, the state of Pennsylvania, and the NFL will get from the draft, because overall it was a success.
True.
But there were some negative, situations as well, such as small businesses not really being engaged.
They didn't get enough of the money.
Yeah.
That came in, right.
Yeah, small.
It was mainly that bubble. They were if you were in that bubble, you made a lot. But
small
if you're
businesses,
of that,
minority businesses.
Even the strip district really didn't get that boom because everybody was in that bubble and got everything there. So that
right. So I think there's, they have a long way to go to try to make it as inclusive as possible.
Absolutely.
So definitely.
And that's another thing I think you will see in DC.
JT, you're a caterer. You weren't involved. They didn't buy your ribs.
Actually, they did.
They did?
They came.
Okay.
Yeah. We had specials out at Apple Harvest. So yes, they did, but not. Yeah,
but
they
you didn't have
downtown.
you didn't have an NFL contract though, right?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, those were hard to get.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they have a food African American food festival?
They did on the north
hill
side
and on the north side.
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with the NFL.
That was quite a ways away from where the
and
draft
that had
was.
nothing to do with the NFL. That's something that they decided to try to leverage themselves.
And it was so far away. I went to all three of them, but it was so far away they didn't get that draft traffic that they would have wanted. No.
And I think the point here in a lot of, and I saw this report and I saw a lot of conversation about it, is a lot of places overstaffed to support the walking traffic and the traffic from the draft, but it never showed up.
Absolutely right.
So a lot of small businesses were maybe
they lost money.
They lost money because they invested so much to support this, but there was no return.
Yep.
So hopefully there'll be after action or after event review and make it better moving forward. And it's something that myself and a lot of others were afraid of going into the draft, because there were stories already from the Detroit staff that, to give you an example, African Americans really weren't included the way African Americans should have been, didn't really make any money.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, it'll be coming back. I believe it'll be coming back within 10 years.
You do?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I believe so. I think maybe 15, but
I would go closer to 15. I know
Mm-hmm.
Roger Goodell had mentioned that there's already a 10-year list.
So 15, but
of a queue.
It'll definitely be soon because the turnout was so great.
Maybe we just need to trade up in front of
but you know what
trade up in front of
somebody. Yeah, exactly.
Trade up in front of Philly or Dallas.
Yeah.
But I don't think you'll see that. You will not see that in Washington, D.C. because a lot of those.
Well, we didn't think we would see it in Detroit, and it happened in Detroit.
That's true.
But Detroit. It's come a long way.
I think it's only going to grow. I think that's just the way. It depends on the venue and how they have the venue set up.
Yeah, and it could grow, but is it inclusive?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but D.C., you have a lot, and I mean a lot of minority, and I'm not just saying African American.
Yeah.
You have a lot of minority businesses in Washington, D.C.
You got a lot of minority businesses, in Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like it used to be, though.
No, it's not like it used to be. But, on that note, too, it would be easier to get the less populated minority businesses versus the more populated minority businesses. So to give you an example, if there's only 10 minority businesses in the city of Pittsburgh, and there's much more, but I'm just saying, if there's only 10, you might get you should get 100% participation versus if you have 1,000 somewhere.
Oh, I agree.
Okay.
I totally agree.
Yeah. So again, we want to talk about the pluses and the minuses of the NFL draft. So that's what we do on Soul Take. We talk about both sides, and we try to say the things that are fair. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic before we get into the actual grading of the Pittsburgh Steelers during the draft. We've been talking about the Eagles trading up and taking Makai Lemon so far during the show. Just to give everybody a summary, and JT, if you could pull your plugs from out of that crevice there.
Oh, sorry.
Because it'll distort the audio.
Okay.
No problem. All right. So the Steelers were sitting there, just to recap everything, the Steelers were sitting there for their number one pick of the draft at 21, and Dallas was before the Steelers at number 20. And the Steelers were on the phone with Makai Lemon, and a trade was made. A crazy, I don't understand. Dallas is just so, I'm not sure what the adjective I could come up with for Dallas. I guess I need to just say Jerry Jones.
Yeah, Jones, yeah.
Just, the things that they do. It's bizarre.
They got like a bipolar type of situation.
It's bizarre.
Why would you help a team in your own division?
Exactly. So Dallas made a trade with Philly. I think they received 2 fours? Two fours to allow Philly to move up in the 20 spot to take Makai Lemon that the Steelers were going to take as their number one draft pick as a wide receiver. I'm going to throw it over to you, Luther.
Listen, I think that was inexcusable. Once he got past 15, they should have made a trade up. You can't sit there and wait. Everybody knows he's the third best receiver. He's there.
Why make a trade, Luther, if you don't have to? If you think, I mean, you have to. There is a level of risk there, right? If you feel someone is going to be there, why waste your trade?
When your guy is there and they drop, you have to move up and take them. That's what I wanted to see. I thought they were going to be aggressive. You had 12 picks. Go ahead and get the guy you want.
Rounders.
Go ahead and get the guy you want. Don't sit and wait and then get caught with your pants down and you're made the laughing stock of the NFL.
Now
you're on the phone with him, and then he says, "Why is Philadelphia calling me?" I mean, some things can happen. That was embarrassing for the organization. That was embarrassing for Omar Khan. You got to make it happen. If that's your guy, everybody knows that's your guy. Go get him. You don't let him go to the other end of the state. Philly gets him. They should have made that move at 15. I said that. I said, listen, they better go up and get him because somebody's going to, jump in front of him and take him. And that's exactly what happened. There was no reason we should be having this conversation. He was there. I could see if he went early, like in the top 10, okay.
Check this out, Luther. The Steelers had 3 number 3 draft picks.
That's what I just said.
Okay.
Right.
If it's me, I agree with you. I just had to, throw the opposite, the other side in, Luther. But if it's me, I'm saying, what? Dallas offered you two fours?
I'm giving them the third round pick and a fourth.
Exactly. There you go. And it's a done deal. You get your guy.
And did I see this correctly? I don't know if I knew my contact was a little cloudy yesterday when I was golfing.
Okay.
But when his agent made him aware that Philly was calling, did he take the phone from Lemon while he was on the phone with the Steelers?
No, I don't think so.
I don't remember seeing that.
He was trying to hand him the phone because he was on the phone as well.
I think he was on the phone with the Steelers.
Right.
And he said, why is Philadelphia calling me?
And did he like...
Yeah, because he was talking. He was talking with the Steelers, thinking he was going to the Steelers, and then Philly jumped in. And yes, that's part of why it was so embarrassing.
And at the time, I think he got off the phone with the Steelers without even saying, like, hold on or nothing. He started talking to his agent. That's what
Yeah, because his agent told him, no, you're not going to Pittsburgh, you're going to Philly. So there's no need to talk to Pittsburgh.
Thing. The Steelers still had a chance.
No, they didn't.
There was somebody in between his picks.
No, there wasn't. No. Dallas was in front of them. Their chance
Dallas was 20.
Yeah, Dallas was 20. They were 21.
Mm-hmm.
No. 2020.
No, that's it. Yeah, Dallas was 20. Steelers 21.
Dallas was 20. Dallas traded the 20th pick to Philadelphia.
Right, and got those
No, what
two
I'm
fours.
saying though, wasn't Carolina right before that? Where they could have possibly said something to Carolina? Because I think they were only on like the 20th pick. 20th. 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 20 like two picks. I think there was one pick in between Philly jumping up. I thought.
Well, there were some trades made. So my initial list that I'm looking at might have changed, but you're right, JT. The initial, and we need to take a look at this, but you're right. Carolina was before Dallas.
And they hadn't picked yet. They weren't even on the clock yet. That's what I'm saying. Pittsburgh could have still jumped up.
I think the Steelers called once the Panthers made their pick, if I'm not mistaken, because they needed a wide receiver as well. Can you look that up, Ken, please?
That's what I remember.
What am I looking at?
Who picked 19th?
Oh.
The actual picks, 19. Okay. But those things do happen, Luther. It's unfortunate, but
of course they happen. But he was there. He didn't go earlier than you thought. Like the quarterback, Alabama, Ty Simpson, went way earlier than people thought.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No chance if that was their pick. He was there. They should have made the trade up instead of waiting for your guy to fall into your laps. If you're hosting it, you want to make a big splash. Do you understand what type of feeling that would have been?
You're right.
You get, one of the most exciting receivers in this draft in your hometown.
You're right.
But meanwhile, you know.
So 19 was Carolina. They picked an offensive tackle, Monroe Freeling.
Who's 18?
I'm going to go through it.
Okay.
So Caleb Banks went 18 to Minnesota. He's a defensive tackle. So there was a run on, defensive tackles and offensive tackles, like the trenches.
The trenches.
Yeah, all the way from, after Ty Simpson, it was all trenches until Makai Lemon at 20. So from 13 to 20, other than one tight end to the Jets, it was all trenches.
Right, but what I'm saying is, I'm almost positive there was still that. I think the pick was in for the Minnesota Vikings, and then they had whatchamacallit coming up, the Carolina Panthers. Okay. So, and I said to myself, well, when it was happening, I said, well, why don't the Steelers just do something with Carolina?
Okay, so here's the deal, fellas. Yeah, they could have done something with Carolina. However, what was Dallas needs here? Dallas actually had
defense. They were looking at defensive players.
Well, I'm not sure if Carolina would have been willing to do it because Dallas was looking for an offensive lineman as well, and that's who Carolina picked. So I don't think Dallas wanted Carolina to get their guy.
Well, once Carolina took the offensive lineman, then Dallas knew that they could still get Malachi Lawrence, so they traded back.
Right.
The problem was we should have been on the phone with Dallas saying, if anybody calls you, we will match it.
Right.
Right? Do not. However, knowing Dallas, and what I've heard is they used us and our interest in a wide receiver to market their pick to Philadelphia and said, Steelers are going to be taking a wide receiver here. Philadelphia, do you want this pick and give us a lot because next up the Steelers are taking Makai Lemon, right? So then Philadelphia said, I want that. Here's 2 4s. We're going to move up.
Now I'm trying to look at Dallas picks here
in the 4th round.
I have them
as well.
What are you looking at? Malachi Lawrence?
No, as far as their complete picks because they actually picked the safety.
Caleb
Downs as their number 1 draft pick.
Right. Well, they had two ones. They had Malachi Lawrence as their second, which they took 23rd.
23rd. Maybe that's the one that I missed there. So they actually picked an edge.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to compare that to what Carolina's needs were at that particular time. So Carolina, it's not listed here that they needed an edge. So maybe they could have did business with them. JT?
I said it when it was happening.
Yeah, and keep in mind, first round's not always need, right? In the first round, a lot of strategy is best player available.
Oh, it depends what team it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And it depends on who they have, who you have on your board.
I mean, to give you an
the NFL draft doesn't start till day 2.
Yeah, I agree with them. Like the first round, it's how your board is laid out, right? And if they say, hey, once this person's gone, the next person that we want is down here, then you have an opportunity to trade back, right? And that's what they did. They said, all right, our dude's gone. The next guy that we have on our board he's falling, so we could trade back. We have room, and we can collect some.
But they didn't trade back.
Dallas traded back.
Dallas traded back.
Yeah,
no, I'm saying the Steelers.
Oh. I'm talking about Dallas.
Okay.
They saw their dude is gone, so they traded back, and they used the Steelers' interest in a wide receiver to market that to the Philadelphia Eagles. Why they did it in division still baffles me. And I hope Malachi Lemon.
Because they're having so many problems with George Pickens signing that tenure.
Malachi Lemon.
He didn't sign it yet.
That's what I'm saying.
Burns them. I hope Malachi Lemon goes off on them every single year.
I hope he does a Randy Moss.
Yeah, I do too.
Every time
I do too.
Dallas.
He's not going to do Randy Moss. He's too small
Ken,
for that.
Get back to what you were talking about with Dallas's guy. Who was Dallas's guy?
Malachi Lawrence.
The edge rusher.
The edge rusher out of UCF.
And he went where?
23rd.
He went 23rd. Well, they got their guy.
But they traded back for him.
Yeah, they traded back.
Okay. I thought you said once their guy was gone, they moved back.
If they were targeting an offensive tackle, I mean, I'm not in their mind, so I have no clue who their guy is. I've never seen their board. But if they're right behind, if they're at 20, and at 19, Monroe Freeling went to Carolina. He's an offensive tackle.
But I don't think that first round they were looking for. I think it was defense. That's everything I read. It was all defense. For the Cowboys. So, they weren't looking at tackles.
But either way, I'm just beside the point. If they wanted that, they could have traded back. Either way, they were trying to trade back at that point.
Right. Because they knew their guy would be there.
Yep.
And it was only a couple picks.
Well, not only do I believe that, Dallas did the Steelers wrong, okay, and you can't blame them because
Cleveland,
it's competition, right? But both Philly and Dallas did the Steelers wrong, and I
actually don't blame Philly. I blame the Cowboys.
Sure.
Philly, I mean, if you get the opportunity to move up the same as we would.
Right.
I mean,
and you're in my division, you're going to give me the guy that I want?
That's
especially when I'm losing A.J. Brown.
That's a good point, Ken.
Yeah, I don't blame Philly.
I just don't understand why the two of them would do business together.
Well, who said it? Said it when nobody else would? Thank you.
Mike Tomlin. Yeah.
Thank you.
So all right. I'm pulling my finger at Dallas completely. And I know they still are a little hurt. But the year we took Shazier, they were targeting.
Well, that's
Shazier.
rumored out there as well.
Jumped up about him. I know that they were. There's all. It goes back because we're usually right around them somehow. We're right around them in the draft. It's usually their second or third pick.
I still blame the Steelers for not going up to make sure you got your guy.
Sure,
I agree. Especially when you have 12 draft picks.
It's not like you were struggling. You didn't have enough firepower. You had it, and everybody thought they were going to use it to move up in the first round. We all said they're not going to pick all their 12 picks. And they're going to move up and get the guy they wanted.
I agree with you. Removing the player, right? Removing that player, specifically that player. If they were set on a dude, they need to, just like they did in the second round.
Yeah.
They did it in the second round. They did it, in other rounds.
You move up for Jeremy Bernard, but not Makai Lemon.
Well, the cost is a lot different.
The cost is a lot different. But the talent is a lot different as well. Lemon is going to be a star. He has Antonio Brown-like traits. I'm telling you.
Don't say
I
that
watched him at USC with bad quarterback
traits, right? Football traits.
But he got a little issue off. He got a little Antonio Brown off the field too. You got to hear some of his interviews because those talking out of his neck sideways.
It's bad.
He scared a couple teams away.
He scared half the league away.
That's absolutely true.
So why are we throwing all of our draft capital away?
Because he has Antonio Brown-like skills on the field.
We just had one, George Pickens, who we traded away for a third.
Ken, if we're gonna pick him, we're gonna pick him. We were on the phone with them, so
Right.
if we wanted to
No,
bring
there's a difference between picking somebody and throwing away a lot of draft capital for somebody.
12 draft picks is way too
It's
much.
too many. You were
It's
going to
way
use.
too-
You were
so
going to
it doesn't matter.
You were
If
going
you're
to get rid of them anyway.
You
So
get
why
your
not get the guy you want?
You get your guy.
We didn't get rid of three. You're saying get rid of a third and a fourth for him.
That's right.
That's our offensive tackle, our offensive guard, and whatever else we.
What
took.
But we
offensive
had
tackle?
3 third-round picks.
What
I
offensive
said offensive
tackle?
guard.
Gunners Duncan.
Yeah.
Jennings Duncan.
Who's gonna be?
That's not saying
Possibly.
we couldn't got another player that's comparable.
No, but my point is you're throwing away a lot of draft
All right.
capital.
And
So
you gotta
wait,
remember,
hey,
guys.
hey, let's
you gotta
go ahead and
remember,
take a break, guys.
But
It's
you gotta
7
remember,
o'clock.
everybody on this sheet, I don't care if they're first round through second, third, fourth, whatever. Everybody on this sheet ain't going to be a superstar.
That's right. So let's go ahead and take a break. We talked
a
about
fact.
that long enough, and we'll get caught up in our third segment. And I have some text here also that I promise if you text me, I'll make sure that I read your text and you'll get a response as well. So
Where's the phone call?
we're going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, I promise the first thing that we'll start off with is grading each draft pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers and then the overall grade, because I got something to say about it. I know Luther has something to say about it. Ken, I'm not sure if he has on his glasses. I'm not
He
sure.
got black and gold on.
I don't have my-
I'm not sure if
I don't have my-
the black and
I'm not
gold
sure
on.
if
I
JT
don't
has
have
his
my-
glasses on.
Listen, I don't have my glasses on.
Uh.
I just like the pick we got.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. I did not
We'll
like
talk
Makai
about it.
Lemon.
We'll talk
That's
about it
throwing
all.
my hands up right now.
We'll talk about it all when we return.
Omar Cooper, yes.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pit Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcast, and Soul Pit television options, we can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pit Media take you to that next level.
Business owners thinking about back-to-school promotions and replacing summer flavors with pumpkin? What about your taxes? Reduce your stress and tax liabilities by planning for tax time now with Cameron Professional Services Group. CPSG takes your goals, values, and visions to create a custom tax plan catered specifically to your business. We work closely with you to ensure that as your business grows and goals shift, so will your custom plan. Located in the Hill District in Pittsburgh, PA, CPSG is a CPA and consultant firm, providing services in accounting, auditing, tax planning and preparation, community development, and operational management. Call Cameron Professional Services Group today at 412-251-0607.
Have you had the Beat by Niche experience? Beat by Niche is one of the top makeup artists in the city of Pittsburgh. She's touched the face of Cardi B, Love and Hip Hop personalities, and various Steeler wives. If you have not sat in her chair, what are you waiting for? Visit beatbyniche.com to schedule your special makeover for all occasions: weddings, graduations, proms, photo ops, and more. Visit beatbyniche.com and experience the touch of excellence.
All right, fellas, we are back live. Soul Tape on Pittsburgh's DSEN. Always love that track. Always love that track. So we are talking Pittsburgh sports. If you missed any of it, the first segment we talked about the Pittsburgh Penguins and the question of the day after that 3-2 exciting win down the street from us in the historic Hill District in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 3-2 win over Philly to go back across the Keystone State to play the Flyers tomorrow. 7:30, right, Ken? Is it 7:30? 7. Okay, so you can go back and actually listen to our discussion regarding
7:30.
It is 7:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
7:00 was Monday night. So.
Okay. So you can go back and check out that discussion if you would like. We also doing a little Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson and the split there as well. And then last segment, we talked about the NFL draft being here in Pittsburgh and some of the disparities as well. And, you know, we talked good and bad. Overall, it was a success. And how the Pittsburgh Steelers got, was it hoodwinked, Luther?
Cooked, hoodwinked, led astray.
Played.
with Makai Lemon.
Cheated on.
Yeah, all that. All right.
They
so,
got Meg the Stallion. Is
I
what
think
happened.
I do think it happens a lot. Like obviously it happens a lot in the
of course,
draft,
of
right?
course.
Just not on TV
and not in your hometown.
Yep.
Times are different. Times are different. So let me get to a few texts here, and I think Luther is holding out on us a little bit as well. I got someone that texts. They didn't provide their name.
No, it's all over the chat too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Luther holding out? All right.
Tell Luther
It
I
says
said hi. Not saying that.
It says, "Hi, fellas. Saw you, Luther, being interviewed at the draft.
Yeah.
Sounded good. Too bad you don't have a clip of it. Yeah, exactly. To show on Soul Take to the Soul Take audience. The Soul Take audience wants to see it, man.
I'm about to send it to you. Yeah. WTAE with
What was it?
Felicity.
WTAE?
We were talking about Eli from Navy.
Okay.
And about my grade on him.
I
So,
know.
Yeah. So did you throw in? Well, if you want a little bit more information, if you tune in to Soul Take on Tuesday,
I would have, but they cut me off. There was a couple yingers that came up, and they looked like they had some spirits in them.
Oh yeah.
So they cut me short because 4 of them came up screaming. So I only got 2 sentences in.
Okay. I have another one. Wow. This is from the 25th was Saturday. And okay, I thought it was from today. I'm going to read it anyway. Shout out to DSEN from Dallas, Texas. I love this station, so we really appreciate that. And again, we're global.
Right.
We have people listening from 90 countries on a monthly basis, and of course, since we're global, we're national as well. But really appreciate that. I'll definitely make sure I respond to that. And the person actually didn't provide the name, but I'm going to respond anyway.
So if they're watching our show in Japan, do we come across as Japanese?
Not at all, unless they have some type of translation
that'll
there.
Translate it. Yes.
I don't know if because we have great American education system, but most countries know English. We just don't know theirs.
No. I beg to differ. Not the ones I've been in.
Another text I have here also, Cleveland Brown did something when they made a trade last year and helped Cincinnati. So we talked about that. Mm-hmm. That was during the season. That trade wasn't during the draft. Okay.
Yeah, where they traded Joe Burrow. Or not Joe Burrow, Joe Flacco.
Wow.
When Joe Burrow was hurt. Yeah, that was horrible.
Good.
Right before the Steeler game, and he let us. I think he let up the
Tomlin
Steelers.
Said,
"Yeah, he must be smarter than you or I or anybody here."
Did he have like 500 yards passing or something crazy?
He destroyed the Steelers defense that game.
And then this is from our girl Yolanda, who texted in as well. I'm not sure who she's talking about, but she says, "I think let him go where he wants to go. He's young."
Howard,
how far back you going?
She just sent this.
Oh,
I'm guessing maybe
703. She just sent it. I think the Steelers did right in not fighting and possibly making a decision hard for Lemon. So she was fine with not getting Lemon. That's what it sounded like.
He's not choosing.
Yeah. We were choosing. Yeah, we were choosing.
We were choosing.
But I think maybe she was talking about Lemon. If he wanted to go to Philly, let him go to Philly, but it really wasn't his choice.
He wasn't a free agent.
Yeah. Okay, so those are a few texts. And again, if you're listening out there, give us a call or text us, and we'll make sure that we get to you as well. So the Pittsburgh Steelers had 12 picks. Let me just start off. Okay, where's my list?
Didn't they only take 11 of them? Didn't they give
They took 10.
10?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think I have my list right here, if I can find it. If not, yeah. All right. So again, the Steelers went into the draft with 12 picks. Omar Khan and Mike McCarthy spoke to the media the Monday before the draft, and I attended that particular press conference, and I came away with one key word with what Omar Khan said. And that one key word was flexibility. When he was asked about having 12 picks, he mentioned that it allowed the Steelers to have flexibility. Okay. I'm disappointed that they did not use that flexibility in the right manner.
Right.
Okay. In the right manner. I think they decided, and it's pretty much like 95% validated based on everything that happened. They were on the phone with Makai Lemon. They didn't get the wide receiver, so they went offensive tackle, okay? And then they went wide receiver. So I think initially they wanted to have their first two picks, wide receiver, offensive line. When they couldn't get Makai Lemon, they decided to flip it. They decided to go wide receiver. They decided to go offensive tackle, and then wide receiver. Okay. I did not want 10 picks. Okay. I did not want 10 picks. I wanted more like 8 picks. Okay. So from a flexibility standpoint, like you said, Luther, I agree with you. He should have moved up in the first round. The Steelers should have moved up to get their guy, Makai Lemon. And they could have moved up in the second round as well,
right,
to get more value in the second round. However, I am happy with Jeremy Bernard, the wide receiver. I am happy with him. Now, with the guy that was picked in the first round, Max, and I'm just going to say Max right now because I don't have the pronunciation right in front of me, and I'm not going to butcher his name. So, offensive tackle from Arizona State. I do have a little bit of inside information. Okay, by being over there, and I'll just leave it at that. Actually, I knew the board was sliding probably about 4 picks before they happened. Okay, 4
it's
picks.
Too late to leave it at that, Kev.
I'm just saying. So that really who they had targeted came off the board. Let me just say that. Okay, so they were already on plan B by the time that they took their pick. So really something.
So was Lemon who were they originally targeting?
No.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. No, and a lot of people aren't talking about it. But if you're listening out there, everyone, you're hearing this for the first time on Soul Tape, right? Makai Lemon was not their first choice. They had maybe 1 or 2 other choices before Makai Lemon. And I have it from a reliable source.
Was it Vega? Was he one of the guys? I believe he was one of the guys. The offensive lineman
that the
Baltimore Ravens took.
It might have been Fano from Utah.
That's who I heard.
That went to Cleveland.
Oh, he went way too early.
If it makes you feel better, right? Because I know you're not a Makai Lemon fan. He was probably their third choice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, Blake Miller was on that list as well. He went 17 to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah,
he was very high. I mean, I thought honestly Blake Miller was going to be there as kind of that last break glass, kind of pick, but he was scooped up a few picks beforehand. All
right, so let's do this. Let's go through each one, starting with the number 1 draft pick that the Steelers pivoted to, the offensive tackle out of Arizona State, Max. And I'm going to throw it over to you, Ken, if you have that up to give details. Do you have that up?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Am I just going, like, what details do you want?
As far as what the player is all about.
Yep. So Max Ahinacher, offensive tackle, Arizona State. Massive upside. This kid's only been playing football since junior college. Made his way from junior college, JUCO in LA, over to Arizona State. This kid has a lot of growth ahead of him. He's still very raw, but needs a lot of refinement. He has a basketball background, very quick feet, explosive out of the gate. One of his best tapes this year was in 2025 versus Texas Tech. He went up against the number 2 pick, David Bailey, out of Texas Tech. Absolutely held his own. Pressure rates, he 3.1% overall, 8th lowest in the FBS. We'll likely see him move to right tackle. This says more about where they think Broderick Jones is at right now as well. Possible flip of Troy Fontenot moving over to the left side. Definitely a Shrine Bowl riser. A lot of people there, saw his rise and saw the work he did at the Shrine Bowl. You want me to give my grade on him?
Gotta make sure my my mic is on. Yep. Go ahead.
So my grade on him, he's raw. So I gave a C+ on that grade. I think there's massive upside. A lot of things I'm seeing from scouts are saying that he's going to be a future Pro Bowl type. I think that's kind of his floor once he gets in there and gets to know kind of the ins and outs of that role. But he's a big boy and great. I've heard nothing but amazing things about him as a human as well.
Excellent, and I concur. I have a C+ on him as well.
Well, one thing I'm going to say, and this goes with anybody in the draft, and I'm sure you guys have to agree with this. Everybody that comes in to the NFL out of college, everybody, whether you're a first-round pick or whatever, is not ready, because now they have to acclimate themselves to the speed of the game. And college is just a whole different ball of wax. So everybody, I don't care who you are, everybody's a work in progress. But from everything you just said, the tangibles, going up against Bailey, going up in the Shrine Bowl, you know what I mean? Those are plus. And he's light on his feet, so which allows him to be a little bit more mobile. So not just stationary, you know what I mean? Where you got some of these offensive linemen who've been there for years that still can't move, but it's just big. So I would give them a C+ as well. So, but with all the tangibles he has, I agree with whoever said he's going to be a Pro Bowl type of player, as long as he can, acclimate himself to the speed of the game.
All right. Max, he's only been playing since like 2022. So you're talking about a guy who's really going to help you maybe in 2 years, possibly. They may start him this year. He's going to struggle. I like his size, 6'6", 324, has a nasty streak to him. Like you said, the Shrine Bowl, he was getting in everybody. But do you feel comfortable having him on that right side, flipping Fontenot? I had him going in the second round when I looked at this draft grades. Late first, early second round. I give it a C. I just think he's raw. He's not really going to be that type of guy you need until maybe 2 years. So you're back starting again. I'm upset they didn't get a receiver.
Yeah.
Like you said, I liked Omar Cooper. I really like Makai Lemon. I just think they just panicked and picked this guy. I would have gone another direction. I give him a C.
Yeah, and one thing we have to keep in mind, fellas, when your guy's gone, like I said, Makai Lemon might have been number 3 or number 4 on their list. Okay, so
4.
Woo, maybe. So based on that, the next guy on their board might have been someone who they wanted in the second round, but they had no choice to select them in the first. But that's when you trade back,
right?
Maybe
I think they could have traded back and still got Max.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
So we're all pretty much consistent with the C for the Steelers' number 1 draft pick. Okay, let's move on to number 2, which is Jeremy Bernard, wide receiver. I'll throw it over to you, JT, with this one.
Anybody that has any kind of skill, wide receiver, is a plus. But
Ooh.
I mean, he's had a number of different quarterbacks thrown to him where he's what's the word I'm looking for?
Succeeded or
Yes, and I think it's a big time plus. I'm giving him right now, but like I said earlier, I made the same reference to Lyman Swede, who was big time.
He had all the measurables, didn't he?
But couldn't
play.
Couldn't play. So I'm going to give. I mean, on paper, I'm going to give him a B plus for that pick. But he just from day one, from minicamp, he's going to have to come bring it.
Okay, you got a little bit of detail on him, Ken?
Yeah, I love this pick, actually.
Me too.
Went to high school with Troy Fontenot. He was his mentor in high school. I truly think this is a grinder, right? He's not someone that's going to come in and break ankles or blow people away, but he's someone that's, when you need 10 yards, he's going to be the one in the middle to get you 10 yards. When you need 15 yards, he's going to be the one that is grinding to get you those 15 yards, right? I think, he 4.31 20 shuttle, 6.71 3 cone, 4.48 40-yard dash. I mean, he still has speed, but he plays bigger, right? He plays bigger than he is. I mean, he's 6'1" and a quarter, 206 pounds. I think he great hands. I mean, he's only had 4 drops. I think. Let me see here my notes.
Do they have a comparison to?
It was kind of all over the place, but I can look that up. I mean, when you're looking at when you're making your list as a receiver, he checks every box, right?
Right.
155 receptions for 2,200 yards and 13 touchdowns. But the final 2 years at Alabama, 114 passes, 1,656 yards and 9 touchdowns, only 4 drops in his career. He has caught all 26 passes thrown over 15 yards, with the third highest behind Lemon and Ted Hurst. So
behind who?
And this
behind who?
Makai
Okay.
Lemon.
All right.
Hey, I'm just saying.
This guy is really mature as well. We had an opportunity to talk to him on the phone directly after he was picked. And I believe, and it might be stated there too, Ken, that his teammates call him Unc.
Yep.
Okay. That lets you know his maturity. He's always looking out for people. You know, he's serious about the game. He's serious about his faith as well. So he has a good head on his shoulder. What did you grade?
So I gave an A. I'm really high on this pick. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's going to be great coming in, slotting in the slot.
Okay.
But a solid third receiver on this could work his way up to a number 2.
Okay.
He's never going to be that number 1 receiver on a team, but he is going to be a reliable number 3, number 2 receiver.
Okay. And please write your grades down so when we recap it, we'll have it.
I definitely give him an A. Jeremy Bernard catches everything, no drops. He could have gone 10 spots earlier. Lead receiver for Alabama, 64 catches, 862 yards, 7 touchdowns in his last year. I love him. I don't think he had great quarterback play the last couple years. Jalen Milroe had some accuracy issues.
Are you going to
Ty Simpson? I don't think he was all that great.
Are you going?
This guy's an A.
Are you going to tell Sean McVay that?
Sean McVay was not happy. I think me and Sean McVay had the same opinion.
I don't know
Ty
about
Simpson.
that. You know, on that note, it's rumored that was always a plan. It's rumored that Sean McVay met with Ty Simpson and told him not to say anything, that he was going in the first round.
It didn't look like he was too happy when they showed his face.
That's what's out
maybe
there
that was team. Yeah, but when you saw what he got, he didn't look like he was the happiest.
Who?
Sean McVay.
Oh well, there's a million other players he could have got before.
I don't know where they were going with that. Matt Stafford's coming off a MVP season, and he still looks like he has 3 years left.
Yeah, you got to have a succession plan.
But I don't think you take Ty Simpson. He's not a succession plan. That was a reach. That was the biggest reach in the first round. There's no way he should have gone number 11.
Still competing for a Super Bowl, right?
Right.
And you have an opportunity to add a big playmaker on
big
defense
time.
or
on offense. Anyway, they need wide receiver
well, the
help.
Rams,
They could have got
the Rams have been doing pretty good. So
they have been, but they didn't get to the Super Bowl the last couple of years. They were right there.
There's 30 other teams didn't get to the Super Bowl.
A top player year could have helped them get over the
There's
top.
30 other teams
But they
didn't
got
get to
to
Super Bowl.
they got
were
to
right
the championship
there.
game.
And then the year before, they pushed the Eagles to the edge. They almost beat the Eagles.
What's more, seriously though, fellas, what's more important, getting to the Super Bowl and losing versus making sure that you have an opportunity to get to Super Bowl over the next 15 years?
You died.
Well, here's the thing.
He doesn't push you over the edge. Ty Simpson is not
I'm
that
saying
bad.
based
That's not
on
that.
their reasoning, I'm not saying I agree. I don't like Ty Simpson either.
Absolutely
I don't like
not.
him either. I wouldn't have picked him. I wouldn't have picked him in the third round, to be honest with you. But I'm just letting you know what their thinking is.
Well, since we were talking about Bernard, but
he's an A. He's an A for me. I love the pick.
And I'll tell you what, he's in some big time company when it comes to comparisons. Because I was just looking at it, he's compared to Anquan Bolden, who came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Anquan Bolden came out of nowhere.
That's true.
Hines Ward.
Hard nose, former Steeler. I love it.
Cooper Kupp and Deebo Samuel.
What?
These are the
Well,
comparisons.
he did place. They have him in the backfield sometimes for Alabama. They moved him all over the field. He's very versatile.
He runs.
This is their best pick at the 26th draft for sure.
When he's running,
I agree with that.
When he's running, he looks exactly like a Deebo Samuel. The way he runs over people.
Great field vision.
Yep.
Yes,
It's very
I love
hard.
him. I love
Very
him.
hard to bring him down. Like he consistently gets around the first tackle.
All right, so JT, believe it or not, I agree with you. You gave him a B plus.
Yes,
I'm a B plus right with you as well. So we move.
You got to
on.
earn an A.
When you're,
I mean, you have to earn an A. I'm sorry.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
To me, like an A.
He could have gone in the first round.
To me,
he really could have gone in the first round. I mean, I'm telling you, this might be the Steeler in the second round. He's going to be that dude. I like him.
I like him too.
When you give somebody an A, I'm talking about you have to be like Randy Moss or that Jamar Chase.
There's only one Randy Moss.
But I'm saying,
those are A pluses.
Those are
A pluses.
Yeah, but I'm saying coming out of college.
Yeah, those are
coming
A
out of
pluses.
college.
Those are Hall of Fame can't miss prospects.
All right,
But how many people missed on Randy Moss and paid for it?
So here we go. Moving on to the Steelers' number. I brought up Ty Simpson because we've been talking about it so much. So Drew Aller, the quarterback out of Penn State. I couldn't stand this pick, fellas.
Whoa,
I
you
hate
almost
it.
said something else there.
Whoa.
No, I was going to say something else, but it wasn't what you thought, Ken.
I don't know the rights to this music.
It wasn't what you thought. So I mean, I don't like it. I would have drafted him maybe in the 5th, like you said earlier, Luther.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have been there in the 5th.
That wouldn't have been a problem if he
No,
wasn't.
he would.
Yeah,
He would have been there. Nobody was
who
this
did
high
we
on
want,
him.
Ken? Cleveland got the quarterback we wanted.
Taylor Green.
Tatum Green. You didn't want him?
No,
I wanted Tatum Green.
That guy, his numbers
wanted
are
Tatum
off
Green.
the chart.
until
Yeah.
he throws the ball. Yeah.
Hey, but
you
they're
know
going to have
what?
him as a Taysom Hill type. And
But
listen,
you don't
need
if
that.
Mike McCarthy is the quarterback whisperer, he might be able to fix some of those mechanical ears.
He's going to have to fix
Then
Drew
let him do
Aller.
it. Yeah.
He's going to have to fix Drew Aller.
There's no fixing Drew Aller.
And another thing I heard from an insider that I know very well is that when the Steelers wanted to trade, that other teams wanted more capital from next year's draft.
Yeah.
Because of what they had to choose
Say
from
that
this year.
again?
The other teams that the Steelers were looking to trade up with wanted more draft capital from next year's draft.
Okay. Got you.
And they weren't willing to come up off it.
I say an F.
F.
I say an F. Go.
I'll give you, I thought it was, is it A, B, C, D, E, F? Is there an E missing?
No, there's no E.
Well, I'll give him an E plus just for the simple fact.
Plus. I've never heard that in my life.
We
an
got
E plus.
And the reason why I'm giving him an E plus is for the simple fact Mike McCarthy he knows quarterback talent. I mean, he does. It's been shown, and it doesn't. I mean, there's been quarterbacks.
Hold on, JT. But check this out. I know you're giving them an E plus, but seriously, guys, here's the deal. There's 7 rounds, right? If you all know that I'm going to draft Drew Aller in the 7th round, when are you going to pick him?
What?
If what?
If you know I'm going to pick Drew Aller, I'm the only one interested out of all the teams. I'm going to pick him in the 7th round.
But how do I know you're the only one interested?
Play along with me, please. Play along with me. I mean, when are you going to pick him?
In the
In the 7th round before
Or
you.
the 6th round, right? That's
Hey, Tom Brady was taken in the 6th round.
So that's the problem that I have with this pick. I wouldn't have picked him anyway, but if you're going to pick him, it's way too early. But go ahead.
I agree with you. Outside, I wouldn't have taken him in the 3rd round. There's
It's ridiculous.
far too much stuff to address with the Steelers in those first 3 rounds, especially when you had 3 third-round picks. Woo!
All right, so I do not like this pick at all. I think, number one, there's some good and some bad about this, right? So as of last year, Drew Aller was projected to be, a first-round pick.
Yeah.
Right? He had a terrible season. Terry Smith was on the Fan the other day, and I text Kevin right after this.
We don't promote other stations. He was on another
radio station.
Well, either way, he was talking, and Terry Smith admitted our system was not built for him.
That's what he said.
He said that
on
here.
Soul Tape.
So
before he said it on that other station.
Okay.
Right.
And so he was not set up to thrive at Penn State. Certain throws were made to underthrow the receivers and throw for pass interference, right? So
maybe that's why James Franklin was fired.
So I think that one, we all know, big arm, right? He ton of velocity. His throws are big, right? He's capable of making like wow throws. He's bad decision maker, inconsistent mechanics, accuracy and ball placement are bad. There's a lot of bad things that come with it. I'm excited to see again, I give this a D, right? Like a D minus whatever. It's a D for me. However, I am excited for the preseason, right? To see the competition now that
I could agree with you on that.
And
It could have us all eating our words.
And I hope so.
Letters.
And one thing, and I will say this, right? If they give him a shot and we have a bad season, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I am, because I think we all have some appetite for the Steelers to maybe have a bad season and get a high.
No, I don't have that appetite.
Next year's the quarterback.
I don't have that appetite.
So,
no way.
I'm just saying.
I do
There's
not have
a lot
that
of people out there. I've heard that.
I'm not one.
Well,
at all.
And I am. So let me speak.
And Art Rooney is not one as well.
Well, and
you said so I had to jump in there.
I'm saying he may not be, and that may be the problem, right? So we're constantly picking at the bottom of the draft. We're getting blown out in the first round of the playoffs. It's not working, right? It's not working. So I would be okay if we tried something different like this and had a bad season for once. But overall, I don't like this pick. I don't like where we picked him at. He had a terrible, terrible season, and that really scares me about him. But overall, we have him. It's where we're at.
I give it a D for dumb. This is the dumbest pick of the draft. They picked him in the 3rd. I had him going 5th or 6th round. Listen, he has great size, 6'5", 228. You know who else had great measurables? You mentioned it earlier, Lima Sweet. This guy has no feel for the game. His field vision is terrible, and I have no hope for this guy being a starter for the Steelers. I think it's horrible. I don't know what Mike McCarthy, Omar Khan was looking at when they picked this guy in the 3rd round. He would have been in the 5th, 6th, maybe the 7th round. D for dumb. Worst pick of the draft.
You know what I think made him look better?
Highest is a D.
You know what I think made him look better? It's Penn State's running game.
No.
Yeah.
You know what made him look better? Ty Warren.
But
that's the only guy he could get.
But he couldn't even get him.
No, he could get it to Ty Warren.
Yeah,
he couldn't throw it to a receiver at all.
We're going to have to let that go because we're running short on time, and I really need all of us to keep it to 30 seconds for your response.
That's not happening.
We're gonna. It's gonna happen tonight.
And the linebackers and DB
if not, you'll get cut off. Okay.
Cut the mic.
So
cut the mic.
What we'll do, we're going to skip past the break. Now, I do have a read that I need to make sure I get in, and this is very important. It's regarding cancer, and it's for the love of the dance. Stop what you're doing and listen up, because Pittsburgh, it's that time again, May 7th through 9th. Team X LLC is bringing back For the Love of the Dance Cancer Fundraiser Weekend. 4 electrifying events, 3 worthy organizations, 2 beautiful venues, all for one cause, to fight cancer. So if you missed last year, I'm telling you now, don't miss it again. We're kicking things off Thursday night at the Wyndham Grand downtown, Pittsburgh. You'll see Teresa Hawthorne and Artistry.
She's amazing.
Okay, that's
tough.
on Thursday. Friday, they have the Bill Henry Band, 2 of Pittsburgh's finest in one weekend. Now, what's important as well, Pittsburgh's DSEN will be in the house broadcasting live that Friday night. So show up and you'll be able to see many of us. Okay. Saturday afternoon is Russell Thompson and Free Agent. And Saturday night, they'll close things out with a big gala at the August Wilson African American Center. Listen, this is more than a party. This is purpose with a beat. Weekend passes are just $140. Or individual pricing for each event. So don't wait. Get your tickets on Eventbrite or call Lance Clemens at 412-294-2211. 412-294-2211. May 7th through the 9th, Pittsburgh is the place to be. For the Love of the Dance Cancer Fundraiser Weekend event. Be there. All right, so back to our picks. We got through 3 of the picks as well. And let me see, the third pick, 85th, I should say third round, fourth pick, 85th pick overall, Dalen Everett, cornerback out of Georgia, JT.
Myself, I like this pick because when you're playing for a university in the conference that they play in, I think that you're going to get pretty much a quality player if they're going that early. And when I was watching him, and I've seen him in the past, and I've watched film on him from what I hadn't seen live, I think he has a lot of upside. I'm giving this one a C+ right now until, like I said, that's till I see how he adjusts.
All right, Ken?
Yeah, this one's pretty straightforward. He was kind of taken right where he was mocked across the board. I mean, maybe a little lower, a little higher, but overall, he's going to come in as a depth cornerback. He's going to learn. What I really like about him, though, I mean, big speed player. I mean, he was the second fastest runner or the second fastest cornerback in the draft. I mean, just big body. Like you said, he played at a big school. He played some big games against some big wide receivers. I mean, this is someone who's just a quality cornerback, 6'1", 4.38 40-yard dash. That is a fast player. He's gonna be playing some special teams, maybe a gunner, something like that at first. I mean, I give it a C+. It's kind of just right where it needs to be.
Wow, I think those great. I give it a B-. I like Dalen Everett, Georgia, fast, sticky cornerback. He has some upside, like you said, 4'3". I think I had him going in the 4th round, so this is good. I like the draft pick. You get a guy from Georgia who's played in the SEC. I like it. B-.
He's a willing tackler too, which I like.
Good size and he's fast.
Yep.
I mean, you can work with that.
Yep.
All right. I think I'm leaning towards a solid B as well. I believe that this player was pretty much picked exactly where he should have been picked. He will not be a starter. He'll probably play in the sub packages, which is fine. And I'm totally fine with this particular pick. So I'm giving this pick a B as well. And I do have some text I'll get to in a few minutes. So we'll move on to the last pick of the 3rd round, which was the 96th pick.
Still.
Jennings Dunker, guard or offensive tackle out of Iowa. Luther, let's go over
Listen,
to you.
I love this pick. I had him going in the third or early third round. Like I said, he's a nasty run blocker from Iowa. I love the pick. I give this a solid B+. I think he's exactly what they need. He's going to have a chance to start. We're kind of weak at the guard position. I like it. I give it a B.
Okay, I'll go. I don't think he'll have a chance to start. I think he'll be a good backup. I think he might play in some sub packages as well. Maybe when the Steelers go heavy, I'm pretty sure that they'll go heavy, that he might get that particular spot. He is a ball player. I had the opportunity to ask him a question as well. And when I asked him, what should we expect? And he said, run and hit.
Mm-hmm. Nasty. I love
run and hit.
You don't think you could beat out the current guards we have on our roster?
No, I don't think he's ready.
I don't think our guards are that great.
Yeah. Well, they're talking about shifting the offensive line versatility.
Here we go.
I know, but versatility is really the buzzword over there. They're talking about moving Troy Fontenot
to the left side.
On the left side, some people say he's a better guard than a tackle. So we'll see what they do. JT?
Well, I know.
And that's a B for me.
Okay. I know in years past we would know what to expect. Okay, with Tomlin. With Dunker, I believe he's going to get more than enough ample time to play. And here's the other thing. I think Pittsburgh's going to run the ball a lot more now that they picked up Rico Dowdle and Jalen Warren. You have Rico Dowdle, Jalen Warren, and our draft pick.
Kalen Johnson.
Right. So, and then they got a fullback. They got a fullback this year. So, because Connor Hayward wasn't no real fullback. He was more of I think the last true fullback we had was one of the Watt brothers, Derek
Watt.
So, which tells me I think they're going to concentrate more on running the ball. So I think he'll see more packages, and I give this one a B+.
Okay. Ken?
So he's a true rugged Pittsburgh Steeler inside offensive lineman. And he's a powerful inline blocker who will run over you, then run over the person behind you. I absolutely love this pick. He's a 6'5", 319-pound. He played tackle, but he's been training in the summer to move inside to guard. So he is ready to play guard. He has started 38 career games, primarily, like I said, at right tackle. And including 13 in 2025 as a member of the Joe Moore award-winning offensive line unit. The Hawkeye, he is earning second-team, all-team Big Ten. His feet are quick. He had a relative athletic score of 8.45. For his position, he's fast. With a 4.83 shuttle, that is good for an offensive lineman. I think he is our starting offensive lineman next year, offensive guard next year. I'm just a huge fan of him. Not only that, he's going to become kind of a folk legend in Pittsburgh. That is my
Do you all want to? Do you two want to put a cup of coffee on it that he's not the starting guard?
Yeah, absolutely.
It might not be game one.
Yeah.
It might not be game one. He's going to start.
He's going to start some games this year.
He might start sporadically, but he won't be the regular starter unless someone gets hurt.
I think he actually is going to roll into that.
Yeah.
Our left guards don't look that great to me.
Him and Max McCormick are going to be, they're cut from the same type of cloth.
6'5".
They just
nasty.
run.
Yeah.
You said it right, kid.
All right.
So
he gets into the second cut.
I love it.
He don't mind running down the field.
He could have gone earlier.
Yep.
Really, I thought he could have gone earlier.
So I thought he was. That's I give this an A, hands down. This is a
people
Steeler.
are saying for his position on just the offensive line that he was the steal of the draft for
down.
Offensive lineman.
Yeah,
hands down.
And I like him. I just don't think he'll get that starting role. So let me get to a text here.
Just a quick question, Kev. Who is starting over him?
Well, again, they keep saying it might be Troy Fontenot. Okay.
They're moving Troy Fontenot to a tackle?
Tackle. You think he's going to move to a guard?
Yeah.
Troy Fontenot to a guard?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm saying, hold on. hold on, fellas.
No.
I'm saying it's a
He
possibility.
got drafted where he got drafted because of his position.
Hold on. I'm saying it's a possibility. I'm not saying.
I think there's
I'm
a 0% chance he's at a guard.
I'm saying
it's a possibility that I shoot 66
Hold on, no,
Pebble Beach.
no.
It's a possibility I walk out of here and become a millionaire.
because
too.
here's,
Hold on,
here's
let him
the,
talk.
0%.
here-
Let him
here's
talk.
the deal. They say Troy Fontenot is a better guard than a tackle. Okay, now I haven't seen it because I haven't seen him play guard. But when Mike McCarthy is asked about it, when the offensive line coach is asked about it, he talks about versatility, and they don't know where the players will go. The only one that's probably really in a solid position where they won't move is Zach Frazier. To be honest with you, that's the only one on that offensive line.
McCormick?
And McCormick. Yeah, I'm glad you brought him up. So, yeah, and we have a phone call here, too. So, let me get the phone call. Hey, Lewis, what's going on?
My man, Kevin. What's up, my friend?
All right, we just talking about these Steeler draft picks. What do you have for us?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk about, the drafts. I like the fact that we concentrate on the offensive line. I like the fact that we concentrate on the secondary. I'm hoping that the new administration brings forth some toughness in our interior line. We need to get back to some nastiness as being the Steelers. If that occurs, we will be a formidable opponent within the AFC. The draft itself, to me, it was a typical Green Bay Packer draft, the way it was orchestrated and how they concentrated on certain positions. They weren't all over the board. They concentrated. They knew they had a need for the slot. The receiver they got from Alabama would fit that need with the young man we lost in free agency. The offensive tackle would fill the need for Jones, who's out injured right now. But if he comes back, it'll give you some backup. The secondary help is going to be needed. Even though we concentrated on that in the free agency and trades, that is going to help us. We need to get back to the old Steeler ways of being tougher within the interior. That's where we're most vulnerable at this point. Last point is, I like the draft pick for the quarterback, but I still think we need to think about a quarterback for the future. These two rookie quarterbacks, called Will Howard, is essentially a rookie because he didn't play last year.
Do you like Drew? You like the Drew Aller pick?
I like Drew Aller pick simply because he has a better. If you look at his college tapes, he's more comfortable in the pocket throwing the ball than Will Howard is. Will Howard is more susceptible to run, opposed to staying in there for a split second until your wide receiver uncovers. So I like that pick.
Okay.
So I like that pick.
Okay.
So,
did you hear what I gave it?
What?
I'm asking, did you hear what I gave it?
No.
I gave it an F,
on.
but go ahead.
Why is that?
Because it was picked way too soon. Okay. We picked but we picked Will Howard, I think, in the 6th round. Was it the 6th round?
Right.
So I would have waited until at least the 5th. I don't like Drew Aller, but
who would have been there at that point?
Who
would have been there?
I'm just saying.
You just have to go by how many quarterbacks were taken after him. I mean, it wasn't that many.
Yeah, what quarterback was left over? I mean, you have Nussmeier, who was filled with injuries his college years. You had the young man from Vanderbilt who didn't get drafted.
But I could be wrong. That's just my take. Hey, Lewis, check this out. You're talking to someone who liked Kenny Pickett.
Love Kenny Pickett.
So I could be wrong. Trust me.
Hey, Lewis, how many of the Steelers draft picks do you see being on the roster day one when it's time for cut downs?
I see 4, maybe 5. I see the offensive tackle from Arizona State. I think he's going to be a project, even though he only played a couple of years. But his size and his intensity gives you what you need from the offensive line. If you look at it and you're a true Steeler fan, He reminds you of Brown back in the 70s and 80s, number 79. That's who he put me in the mind of. And then the slot receiver that they got from Alabama,
Jeremy Bernard.
he's going to he puts you in the mind of Antonio Brown, but he also gives you a little bit more wiggle and maybe a little bit more speed. The punt return they got from Iowa is a much needed thing that we need for
Caden
Wetchin.
Right.
Weejan.
Yeah.
We needed that.
Yeah, we did need
needed
it.
that.
We did need it.
We need that.
All right, so
And
you're
the other aspect
go
of
ahead.
it goes back to Drew Allen. I think he's going to be a significant upgrade of what we have with Will Howard. If you look at Will
So
Howard,
no Dunker or Everett?
Everett, I said 4 or 5. I was just going down the list. I said 4 or 5. We have a good core group of second year players that's coming in. I like those guys to a certain degree, but we still need that mental toughness. And the toughness that we need to be more nastier. We're too nice. You got guys that walk across the street and pick up the trash and somebody drops something. They're just too nice. We need somebody with an attitude. Somebody going to get, like, for instance, even though this is not my favorite team, I love what the kid from, I think he's from Georgia Tech, he had a reputation of being an ass. They say he's nasty. He's like a copperhead snake. He'll do what? Those kind of guys we need on the front line. Faneca is not coming back, but I think that some of the guys with some toolage that they're going to have coming in with this new system, I think it's going to be a gut punch. They got to get tougher. We need to have more fights in training camp. We need to get somebody who's going to be able to knock somebody's head off. And again, I think one of those guys that we drafted in the secondary is going to take Joey Porter's place, and Joey Porter's going to end up being.
Man, you're still on that.
All right, yeah.
Show Ken.
I know you guys. Hold on.
You got
I know you guys love Joey Porter. I keep asking you guys time and time again when I call in. If you look at Joey Porter's high school record and the college and pros, he's not a ball hawk.
No one said he's
How many touchdowns did he give up? How many touchdowns did he give up?
Darrelle Revis wasn't a ball hot.
Let me finish my statement. So what I'm saying is he's the kind of cover person that allows the receiver to catch the ball and don't gain any yards after the fact. We need a legitimate ball hawk. Because you got to realize, guys, we're in a pass-happy environment.
How many teams have
right? That's what I'm saying. How many ball hawks are there in the league? That's very difficult.
And that's why I was sort of disappointed. You bring up a tremendous point. That's the reason why I was very disappointed they didn't try to get Lattimore from the Saints last year.
Lattimore. He was a bust for Washington.
Yeah, he went to Washington.
He was absolutely horrible for Washington.
He was.
But if you after his injury, that's when New Orleans pretty much put him on the show.
And he was done, and he proved it at Washington, Lewis.
I don't think he is, man. I don't think he is.
But one thing I can say about this crew this year,
he is though. He is done.
He's done.
Hey, look,
he's out the league. I believe he's out the league.
I think he's in that 3-on-3 league or whatever. He's in the pool league. But check this out.
So we'll put him and Joey Porter as teammates.
No, but here's the thing. One thing I can say about this draft class, just from everything that the Steelers targeted, I think every last one of them will have a prime opportunity to fight for a position on this team. And I think a lot of them have more upside than past drafts, like later picks.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I'm not going to disagree. That's why I said 5. But I love what they did with addressing the needs.
And Everett in the 4th round?
Yeah, so overall grade, what did you give it? Overall grade.
I gave it a B plus.
You give it a B plus. Okay. All right.
I give it a B plus.
Okay. Appreciate it.
I like
all right. Thanks for the call. Go ahead.
The only thing we got to do now is get a quarterback.
Yeah.
Let Drew Allen sit back and learn. Let's get a quarterback and tell Rodgers to stay home.
Oh, you don't want him back, huh?
No. We need, like I told you before, when you were so much in love with Fields, I think he's going to be the ball boy this year for Kansas City because he's awful.
Who was in love? Hold on. Do you all remember me being in love with Fields?
No, but he will be the ball boy right now because there's Patrick Mahomes there.
Everybody
Mahomes is still hurt.
Justin Fields.
You said me.
He'll start a game.
You said me. I was never. I've always said on this show that Justin Fields is nothing but a backup, and that's exactly what he's doing. Well, I'm just saying, you were saying I was in love with him. I mean, no way. No way.
Returning kicks. Only thing you do is
kicks.
Returning kicks. He's not gonna be. Do you think?
I'm not gonna fight with you over. I'm not gonna fight with you over Justin Fields, but we have to get moving. So we do appreciate the call.
Keep listening.
Okay, appreciate it. All right, talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
He said
All
Joey
right.
Porter
So-
Jr. is wow.
So
He'd
let's
rather have Lattimore than Joey Porter Jr. I heard it all.
wow. So let's move on.
Hey, yo, he
but
might have been standing where you
appreciate.
were standing down at Wiz Khalifa concert.
Right.
Hey, we all have an opinion, and thank goodness they play the game. So moving on to the next pick, and this is a fourth rounder. We already talked about him a little bit. Caden, is it Weegan?
Weegan.
Yes.
Weegan, wide receiver, kick returner from Iowa. I think we all believe that this was well needed from a special team standpoint. The grade that I'll give this one a B as
I'm
well.
I'm gonna give this one an A, and I'll tell you why. His upside. When I'm watching this dude, his field vision, his cutting,
nice.
His vision from catching the ball when people were in his
Little
face.
small, 5'9".
But
yeah,
here's the other thing. Now we can have somebody strictly concentrating on punt returns, kick returns, because every time Calvin Austin
and the mic too. JJ.
I am.
No, you're not. I'm trying to make sure we hear you.
Every time Calvin Austin or George Pickens or somebody was back, one of our receivers that we didn't have many of, was back there catching a punt or back there for kickoffs, I said to myself, if this dude, if he goes up, we're really done, because there is no no backup.
Right, Ken?
Yeah, I love this pick. I know it's a reach, right? I recognize it's a reach, but I think this was a smart reach, only because one, he's the best, right? He is the best at what he does. He is a specialist, and he is the best at what he does. 6 career returns, 4 punt returns. I'm sorry.
He was projected around 4 or 5 too.
Yes.
Right.
So 3 punt return TDs, 1 kickoff return TD.
That was in 25.
Yeah, that's on 2025. 21 attempts, 563 punt return yards, 16 attempts, 476 kick return yards. He is averaging more than the Steelers average last year in kick return yards, right? So I love this pick. He's a field flipper, right? In the middle of a game, whenever we're struggling and he sparks something and flips a field for us in a punt return or runs one back or gets us, a 40-yard return, no one's going to say, what round was he drafted in, right? I believe that he is a specialist. I believe he's the best at what he does. We needed this really, really bad. I understand it's a high pick in round 4, but I'm great with it, actually. So I give it a B. I think that it's needed. I like it.
Okay, Luther?
I give it a C. I think Caden's going to have some value. I think they picked him too early. I had him going 5th or 6th round. Great speed, 4.47, average 17 yards a punt return.
27.
All right. 27 a punt return. I thought. I'm saying
overall.
punt. Yeah.
Overall.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think I give it a C. I just think they picked him too early. I do think he's going to have some value, but I give it a C. They could have waited and got him, I believe, in the next round.
I think he would have been gone, but
too early. It's another reach.
But you know what else?
They've been doing a lot of reaching.
But you know what else?
We're going to see this.
He could fit that bill like Julian Edelman, Danny.
We got to. I got to see it, because against the better teams, I didn't see these 27-yard returns. We'll see. I give it a C. I just think they picked him way too high.
Luther, you sold me. I had him as a B. I'm going to drop that down to a C+.
Why?
For what we needed,
because he was taken too
way
early.
Too early.
And I like the player. I think there's probably 3 players on here that they took too early. Yeah.
3.
Time will tell.
At least 3.
So-
At least
I
3.
got 4.
So there's the one reason why I do like this, and I'm going to make a case for this, right?
Okay.
The one reason why I do like the reach on this, and that's why I opened up with that I know that this is a reach. There's no one else that they could have drafted like this.
But who's to say he would have been gone by the time they got to the next round?
Man,
By the time they got to the 5th
or
round.
6th rounder.
I mean, there's conviction there.
Okay.
I believe in conviction. You need a player.
I don't think
we
anybody
all
else,
agree that it's needed.
I don't think anybody else had him in the round
Yeah,
4.
we all
gonna be going to round
agree.
I think round 5 he could have been gone.
I don't think we don't know that.
And there's
you don't know.
We weren't picking.
You
until,
don't know,
We
but
weren't
you
pick-
got to factor that in there.
We were not picking until
Just like you think just like you would have thought we didn't.
We were not picking until 169, right, of round 5. There's
Right.
a lot of picks between 121 and
Well, you can
169.
move up.
Yeah, he would have been.
Then you're
move
throwing
up.
more draft.
He would
capital
have
at
been
something
there.
like that.
I mean,
He would have been
we
there.
had 12 draft picks.
Well, we only
We
selected 10.
moved up to pick
Yeah, at that time
Jeremy
we only had 10.
Bernard, and we picked up also to pick
All right, I don't think if
Jennings
he's,
Dunker, if I'm not
he-
mistaken.
If he turns around and
All right,
flips
it's
a
8
field,
o'clock.
I think if he flips a field, no one's going to say we reached for him in round 4.
Okay, you're right. If he flips the field like
Yeah.
that, I just don't know
I
if he's going
still
to be
say
that guy.
we could have waited.
Yeah, he
I
would've been
think he
there.
would have been there. I agree with that. All right, fellas, we're at 8 o'clock. We still have a long way to go. Are you all good with sticking around? Because we probably won't end until 8:30. So I just want to make sure.
I could do 8:30. I'm good.
Whatever.
I'm good.
I'm riding with my man.
You got gas money?
Yeah. You know the old saying?
All right. So, but we're still open for calls as well. I have a number of texts also. Let me see. Okay, with the NFL picks, how will the Steelers do? Playoff Super Bowl, or will they fall flat? We'll keep that for when we do the overall.
For week 14.
Dang. We don't even have the quarterback position defined yet, or the roster.
Yeah,
wow.
I think we need to
This is
temper
a way,
expectations.
This is a way too early for that one. Man.
What are the draft picks salaries starting at first round to 7th round picks?
CBA. Once the
here's-
first person signs, it kind of
But they're all
Sets the market.
slotted.
Slotted in.
They're
We
all
already know what they're
slotted.
gonna get.
I don't have the slot
Yeah,
figures
neither do I.
in front of me right now.
I can tell you what hold on, I have a graph here that tells me effective cap space for the entire draft class, which is 5.7 million for the Steelers.
5.7 million, the
Yep.
whole class.
Yep.
Okay. And they're all slotted.
Slotted, right.
All right. So the last text I have here, I believe, is explain why you all keep saying that picks were taken too early. We're saying that because anytime you can wait to get a pick later, you want to wait if possible.
where are they getting that where from? I don't think we went too early on most of them.
Okay.
Well, and-
Maybe Alvar, maybe Drew. That's
Definitely.
probably the only one. But other ones,
Well,
Ken,
I-
you just said it. You just said it. You hit it right on the head.
look,
Caden, I think
Too
they
early.
got to no.
Too early.
look,
Dude, he's the best
look.
player
Hold
in the
on,
college
hold
at
on.
his position.
Hold on. Check this out. What's your grade for Max Ehunker? If I said that right,
Ehunker.
C plus.
Yeah.
C plus.
that's the number 1 draft pick.
I don't care.
Your number 1 draft pick can't be a C.
Right.
Why
I'm
can't
sorry, it can't
Right.
be. I mean, your number 1 draft pick
Kev
needs to be an A, man.
No. To me,
I agree. That's why I had a C for it too.
like I said, I believe that the Steelers had to get what they had to get.
Yeah,
okay.
but a C.
And I'm not them. I mean, if it was
that
me,
was the
I would have
first
taken.
reach of the draft.
Has
If
They
it
could
was
have moved
me-
back and got this guy.
Yeah, but if it was me, the Steelers. We know they needed an offensive tackle to set back a
So
project.
we'll
but I'm saying,
argue over all this during our overall. Let's get through the individual grades. The next one was Riley Nowakowski out of Indiana. He played as a fullback and tight end. He goes 6'2" and a quarter, 250 pounds. I was told I guess that was Friday. That was actually Saturday. I was told that he would be a fullback. The Steelers are bringing him in as a fullback. So for this particular pick in the 5th round, with the tight ends that we have, he'll probably end up being the 3rd wide receiver. And I'm fine with that. I'll go with this one a C+. And we have a call as well.
Are we going to get through this?
Caller, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, Diva, what's going on?
What up?
Diva!
Okay, before we start with your call, we need to get through this last player. I have a C+ on Riley Nowakowski. JT?
I'm going to go with I'll go with a C. They needed another, like I said, with the running backs we have in Rico Dowdle. He played with a fullback, and he was very, very, very productive in Carolina, and he was doing well in Dallas. So I like the pick. I'm going to give it a C.
Yeah, he's a bigger, stronger version of Connor Hayward. I think that, we're going to see him primarily at the fullback position, lead blocker. He's someone that can catch, but he's a much better blocker. He was a previous linebacker turned tight end. What I love best was he's a former captain of the Indiana football team, and he was a first-year captain coming into that program as well. So love that. Good dude. Big body, big hands. I give it a C. I think we could have got him later.
Yeah, I give it a C as well. I think he would have been there in the 6th round. That's where I had him. But he blocks well. He has great hands, can make plays after the catch. And he's an upgrade over Connor Hayward and Jonnu Smith, which was a bust of a trade last year. I give it a C.
Excellent. All right, Diva, what do you have for us?
Just a couple things real quick. So I went to the first day of the draft. It was electrifying. It was a incredible experience.
Yes.
Unlike Luther, they didn't interview me or get my commentary, so I'm going to have to work on some things. The other thing is I'm the one who sent in the question about the draft picks. You all were saying that they should have taken them later rounds. How do you do that when the other 31 teams?
You take a chance. It's a risk. It's just like stock.
And it's backfired on us so many times.
You put your money on a stock and you hope it appreciates.
So, for example, and I'm going to give a real life example here, right? So we selected Drew Aller at round 3, pick 12, right? If we would have waited till the 4th round, the Jets selected Cade Klubnik, 4th round, 10th selection, right? So if we would have waited, we probably would have missed out on Drew Aller there, right?
Big deal. Big deal.
Give Mike McCarthy a chance.
I didn't want him anyway.
Well, that's fine.
I didn't want him anyway.
I think they had Klubnik higher than Drew, but you're right. I get your point.
This isn't about Drew Aller, guys, so hold on.
But that's a factor. That's a factor. The ones you don't want to miss out on, you take.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying, is you could wait with a risk of, okay, he might still be there in the 4th round when we pick in the 4th round, but another team may be looking at a quarterback. And if they're looking at a quarterback, do they have Drew Aller rated higher, or do they have Cade Klubnik rated higher?
Or do they, if they don't get Drew Aller, do they wait till next year?
Right. So there's a lot of risk allocated to that decision. So it just depends, right? We could have waited and taken somebody else in that place.
Yeah, some players you wait on, and if you miss out, you miss out. Mm-hmm. And some players, you don't play that game. You get them when you could get them.
Right.
Does that answer your question?
That does. But my other question is, when Philly jumped in front of us and took Lemon, although Lemon wasn't our first choice, if you guys could go back and explain what the Steelers could have done to have gotten Lemon. I don't quite
moved up. They had 12 draft picks. They could have said
how many trades were made in the first round before the Steelers chose? How many actual trades were made?
I don't know, but they could have told Dallas, who was giving up that slot, which was number 20. They received 2 4th-round draft picks from Philadelphia. The Steelers could have stepped in and said, "We'll give you a 3 and a 4."
Right.
because they had him.
But when would the Steelers have known that? Like, so would they have known
When they offered it.
Well, we don't really know.
Right. You don't know.
when they offered it? Was it public to all the?
Well, the owners and the GMs are on the phone while we're watching the draft and see what's happening in the glittery lights and all that.
They're negotiating deals.
Everybody's in the back.
Yeah.
Everybody's in that back war room working.
Right.
And a lot of them are in the same war room.
Except the Steelers in round one. They weren't.
And what happens too, you have 8 minutes to make your selection.
Right.
And when you make a trade, they announce it.
Mm-hmm.
And in that 8 minutes, so the Steelers would have at minimum had 8 minutes to contact. Well, I guess it would have been too late by then. So I'm not sure how that process works, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if Dallas was doing a backhanded deal with Philly, at what point would the Steelers have known that before Philly swept in and took Lemon? At what point?
We're saying we don't know.
They don't know.
You
They
don't
might
know.
not have known until it happened because they were on the phone with Lemon.
Right.
Well, in
And they
Cowboys,
didn't know, right.
it's not like the league or the Cowboys have any, like, they don't have to call the Steelers
Right, and say, "We're gonna do this."
We're doing this.
Yeah, but they contact the NFL office to make
Right.
sure the trade goes through.
Right.
Yeah. So,
So I'm
we
not
may
sure-
not know until
Yeah.
it's
The
announced.
Steelers could have moved up earlier
And that-
once they saw him
Yeah, so
dropping.
you kind of
Yeah.
got to anticipate.
Right.
And the
Okay.
thing is, the other thing
But-
is, the Eagles or the Dallas Cowboys are stupid because to me, that's the stupidest thing you could do is give a high-profile player like that
to your
to
rival
a team in your same division.
That's unheard of.
Whose receivers have been killing you over the last number of seasons.
Right.
Think about it.
Right.
Okay, so are we good? But we have to get moving because we extended this to 8:30, and we're fighting to get done by 8:30 as well.
Well, just the last comment. With the picks that we have, how far, you guys can answer this, how far will the Steelers go?
You can't tell because you know Steelers made 10 picks. All of these picks won't make the team
Right.
probably.
Four of them may go on the practice squad. And then
Yeah.
somebody from
You
another
don't
team
know.
can pluck them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you don't
it's-
know.
You never know.
and
It's a crapshoot.
That's a bad answer because they should have been picking so that they could go to the Super Bowl and win.
Well, that's
That's the big picture. But
All 32 teams are trying to go to the Super
I
Bowl.
say everybody, at least I say everybody except for the Cleveland Browns.
Hey, they had a great draft.
All
I
right.
know they
So-
did, but they
They had a
screw
hell
it
of a
up.
draft.
They screw it up.
All right.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Diva.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. So I think we're on the Steelers number or round 6 pick, Gabriel Rubio, defensive tackle, defensive end, Notre Dame. You didn't like that pick? We'll start with you, Luther.
I give it a D. I mean, this guy wasn't even expected to be drafted. He's slow. He's raw. It's a position of need, but they didn't have to draft him. He would have been there as an unrestricted free agent. Another reach, a D.
And I'm going to jump into this because I gave it an F, actually. Obviously there's not a lot of tape on him, right? But he is a massive body and a massive man up
slow
front.
as heck, man.
But he's slow. But he was a 4-star recruit coming out of high school, rated the number 48 defensive tackle in Dane Brugler's draft guide. I mean, he's good when he's in there. But he's hurt all the time, right? I honestly think that because of the quality that this draft was, I think that they started to look at some priority for, undrafted free agents at the end of this draft. That is my gut feeling because someone like this may be a priority free agent signing, and you said, you know what? Instead of going through all that, let's draft him. He's on our board.
And he stays off. And he stays off the free
Okay,
agent.
what's
What'd
your
you
grade?
get? What's your grade?
I said F.
F.
You said F? Okay.
I agree with Kim, but I'm gonna give him an E plus just for the simple fact he
You
played
and
with my
these E+. I ain't never
he played
seen
with my
somebody give
nephew. He
somebody
played
E+.
with my nephew at Notre Dame.
Oh, okay.
And his dad was a prior Steelers draft pick on how Rubio.
Yeah, what did you give him?
I gave him a D.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with a D. I think what you give him, Ken, an F. Wow. And the reason I'm giving a D because it's the 6th round.
Yeah.
And not too many players from a 6th round draft pick make it. I'm not sure what the percentages are.
Not too many Antonio Browns or
Tom Brady's.
Tom Brady's.
Or Taylon Greens,
Ooh,
who was taken in the 6th.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or Jack.
No, I think it would have been worthwhile.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That would have been a good pick.
Hey,
That would have been a good
6'4",
pick. All right, so 7th round, we have Robert Spears Jennings, safety out of Oklahoma. Ken?
Yeah, he's a guy that is kind of that good athlete, size, speed type of player, height, weight, speed prototype that you kind of see built in a lab. He's gonna be 4.33 speed, rangy player. He's gonna be a 4-core special teams. Has a ton of special team snap. Has a lot of safety, box assignments, big tackler. We're gonna see him on special teams, gunner, that type of role.
You're a visionary. You inspire us to chase a higher standard because the greatest measure of an...
All right, go ahead. That was wild. That was wild. All right, go ahead.
I'm done.
You're done. That threw you off.
That threw him off.
That threw me
Wow.
off. I gave it a C-. I mean, he's somebody. If he makes the team, awesome. But he's a fast tackler, right? I mean, he really is a fast tackler.
Okay. JT?
I don't know much about him, and I ain't going to front. So
you pass.
I pass.
Okay.
I give it a C. This guy has a lot of speed, but he struggles in coverage. I mean, you gave him a blanket, he couldn't cover a bid.
Yeah.
I don't think he makes the team.
Yeah, I agree with you, Luther. I know he's 6'1" and 7/8, 205 pounds.
That's a Lutherism.
They have him projected as a special teamer and a backup player. Again, he was selected in the 7th round. I'll give this one a C-. I think it's worth a shot.
Everybody is.
Okay. And the last one, which
I just want to give everybody a quick heads up. The Pirates are getting smacked.
Is that
6-1.
Okay.
Bottom of the 6th.
Thanks for bringing that up. All right.
Who's pitching?
So I think it's Ashcroft.
What's that?
Ashcroft, I think, is pitching tonight.
Oh, okay.
Ashcroft, yeah, but Barco's in now.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so 7th round, the last pick, it was a very emotional pick. I still think it was stage fellas, to be honest with you. Eli Hendricks. Heidenreich.
Yep.
Okay. Running back, wide receiver. I love the player. I really do. I'll give this actually a C+, being in the 7th round. And again, I think it was staged because the draft was here in Pittsburgh. You know, he comes from the Naval Academy. He's from Pittsburgh.
Lebo.
Yeah.
Decorated.
Yeah. All right. Luther?
I love the pick. I give it a B+. Eli Heidenreich, strong runner. They have him listed as a running back. I think he has a chance to really make this team hometown hero. He was the only draft pick that was actually in the city, so at least they had somebody walk the stage. A lot of excitement. I'm excited for this guy. Watched him at Mount Lebo. Watched him throughout, man. I love the pick. B+. He can help on special teams. You know, he's another guy you could put on special teams as a gunner, as a returner. I love it. He's going to surprise some people and make this team.
He broke every record they have at Navy, right? Receiving, touchdowns, everything. I mean, I'm going to read the comparables. And just because this is fun, okay? This is a 7th round pick. Let's compare him to Christian McCaffrey, okay? Height, Eli 6 foot, CMC 5'11". Weight, Eli's 202, CMC's 202. 40-yard dash, Eli 4.44, Christian McCaffrey 4.48. 3-cone, Eli 6.55, CMC 6.57. Vert, Eli 35.5 inches, CMC 37.5 inches. And bench, Eli had 16 reps, CMC had 10, right? They are similar builds. They are not the same player, but they play the same style.
Did you say Eli's faster?
Yes,
4.44. Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I heard that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm shocked that he's fast. I didn't expect
Yeah.
that.
But have you ever
expect that.
seen CMC's workouts?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
And again, this is him coming out of college.
No,
I need him
I'm
now.
saying
So,
Eli is faster. He's saying.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure. That's
4.45.
shocking.
So what does that have to do with McCaffrey workout?
That's coming out of college. But
No.
look at him now. That's what he said. He's having fun with it, Gav.
No, I'm trying to
He was talking
understand,
about the comparisons coming out of college.
which is good. I'm just trying to understand the speed. You know, like Luther said, I didn't expect him to be
Yeah, I
faster.
didn't-
Well, it's all of it. His benches, his 3 cones, and all of that coming out of college, right?
that's
So, head coach Mike McCarthy mentioned he's going to open up his playbook for Eli. I like this pick. I think honestly, he's a good football player, right? And he is we could use him in some ways that Mike McCarthy previously used players
Like a Scatterboo?
like a Randall Cobb or like a Ty Montgomery, players like that he used in the past. So I love this. I'm going to give it a B. Does it transition to the NFL level? I mean, we'll see. But let's have some fun with it because it's a good story.
Is he like a Scatterboo?
All right, did we have all the picks in?
No. Scatterboo's a power guy.
Okay. What did you? I didn't hear your grade.
I'm going to go with the C+, but like I said,
Okay.
Are they from, is McCarthy and the Heinrich family from the same town?
No.
No. McCaffrey, yeah.
No, not McCaffrey.
Yeah, he had all
Eli's
kind
family.
No. They're from Mount Lebanon.
No. Yeah. Eli's from Mount Lebanon. McCaffrey.
No, not McCaffrey. McCarthy.
No.
McCarthy.
They're not from the same area.
No.
McCarthy's from Pittsburgh, right?
Greenfield. He's from Greenfield.
And Mount Lebanon.
And Mount Lebanon.
Okay, they're 5 miles apart. My fault.
That's a different part of
That's my fault.
That's
My
different
fault.
high
You're right.
schools.
I know.
Let's pull this in.
One is Mount Lebanon.
I have a C
Mount
on the
Lebo.
overall grade. I have a C for the overall grade for the
His father
Steelers.
worked with him back in the day.
Luther, what do you have? Overall grade?
For the whole draft?
Yeah.
C+.
You have a C plus, okay? Ken?
Yeah, I'm averaging a C as well. I'm gonna bump it to a C plus. Not overly high on it. There's just a lot of to be seen.
Okay, I agree.
C+.
So
definitely.
it's basically a C draft.
They addressed it.
So that's
Well, they
not
addressed-
a good first draft for Mike McCarthy.
No. And these are his guys.
There's something I wanted to get off my chest, though. And I don't know if you guys seen this. And I don't know if I was jumping the gun with being a little PO'd, but when your boy Pat McAfee got up on stage to give the Indianapolis Colts pick, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, Pittsburgh? Blah blah. 0 arrests last night." I thought that was kind of ignorant, don't you?
That's Pat McAfee. That's what he
But
does.
I'm just saying. I mean,
I thought it was good. I didn't hear it, but hey.
You didn't hear what he said.
think-
He said it real late. He said 0 arrests in Pittsburgh last night.
I think that's a good thing.
It's a good thing, but what it to me, it kind of painted the picture as, oh, welcome to Pittsburgh. We're known for killing people and shooting people, but no arrests. I don't know. Maybe I was looking into it.
I didn't take it.
No,
that
I didn't
way.
take it that
Well,
way.
I wasn't the only one.
I took it as more like underage drinking, acting a fool on the south side, that kind of arrest.
Yeah,
Like he would get arrested.
I
All
don't
right,
think
here
he
we
was talking
go. Here we
about-
go, fellas. We're gonna finish at 8:30. Okay. So LPGA, Nelly Corda won the Chevron Championship, which was the first major of the year. She won by 5 shots, and she actually earned $1.3 million from a total purse of $9 million. This is her 3rd career major, and she's back to being the world's number 1. And let me see what is coming up as well. What's next? The next event is Riviera Maya Open at Mayakoba, which is late April, early May. Okay, so that's an update regarding the LPGA.
I played there before. It's a beautiful course.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so let's talk Pittsburgh Pirates. What's the score?
It was
of that
6-1.
game?
It was 6-1 in the top of the 6th.
O'Neal Cruz and Ryan O'Hearn both homered to
Uh-oh.
cut the Cardinals' lead in half.
Oh, 6-3.
Go ahead, Cruz.
We need those bats.
Yeah.
We need those bats.
How's Conor Griffin doing?
It was his birthday. He got a home run on his
On
birthday.
his birthday.
Yeah,
That was a couple days
He
ago.
did. So from a Pittsburgh Pirates standpoint, the Pittsburgh Pirates are currently, as you heard, they're playing the St. Louis Cardinals. I think that's a 4-game set. I think Paul Skeens is scheduled to start tomorrow. The Pirates are 16-13 in third place. Fellas, it looks like the Cincinnati Reds are trying to do some separation. They're in first place, 18-10. The question was, can the Pirates compete in the National League Central? Every team in the National League Central has a winning record.
Yeah.
I think it's the best division in baseball. I do believe that the Pirates can compete because they have better offense this year. Okay?
Slightly.
I think by a lot. Matter of fact, the last time I looked, they were in the top 10 of basically every offensive category. I would need to look again.
I said they could win 82 games at the beginning of the year. I feel comfortable with that still. 82 and 80 is a plus.
Where are they at now?
We're now 13. What did I say? 13-10?
13-10, yeah.
All right. So that's what's going on. So we won't be able to spend as much time as we normally do regarding the Pirates. But like I said, Paul Skeens should be on the mound, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow for game 2 against St. Louis. And the score again, did I hear 6-3?
6-3.
6-3. All right, let's talk NBA playoffs. Can LeBron finish things off in the playoffs? What is it, 3-1 right now against Houston?
Why is that even a question?
Why is that a question?
I mean, you're talking about the all-time leader in total wins. You're talking about
Well,
the
he
all-time
is 40.
playoff.
He is 41 years old,
and he's destroying the Rockets without 2 of his best
and
players.
Doncic is not back.
Luka's not back. Luka Doncic is out. Austin Reeves is not back, and he's leading that team. And they probably wrap it up tonight.
Who's out for the Rockets?
Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant.
Oh, that's 30-some points.
Well, even when he played, they beat him. I mean, the Rockets are.
But
just
they had Luka and Reeves.
Reeves were out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, what can you say? This guy just keeps continuing to prove more and more, man. Yes, he can close them out tonight.
Is that game tonight?
I believe it's tonight, right? Yeah, I think it's tonight, right, kid?
I think it might be tomorrow.
I think it's.
Is it tomorrow? I thought it was tonight because they didn't play yesterday.
Yeah, today I actually have Philly against Boston, and Boston is.
You know what it is tomorrow.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah. Okay, so
tomorrow at 10:00.
Philly against Boston. Wow. The Celtics are leading 3-1.
They're playing right now.
Stick a fork in the 76ers. Their season's over. Embiid.
I mean, Philly
right
is
behind
just
you.
Get him out of here.
Yeah. Stick a fork on them. They're done.
All right, and then we have, this is a real good series. We have the Hawks, Atlanta, going up against the New York Knicks. Okay, and that series is tied 2-2. They should be playing right now because that game started at 8 o'clock. And then we have Portland going up against the Spurs.
Stick a fork in the Trailblazers.
Yeah, Wemby is back.
Yeah, man, did you see what he did last night?
And San Antonio's up 3-1.
27, what do you have? 27, 17, 7, and 5?
He had 25 points,
Yes.
11 and a half.
Too bad he's not winning the MVP
rebounds
this year, like
and 3.1. You're
got it.
totally wrong.
Too bad he's not winning the MVP
He will
this
win
year.
it. He will win it.
They
He will win it.
It's over. SGA has already wrapped it up. It will be announced in a couple days.
I don't think so. I think he just won some award
And
where it was a
who just
unanimous
got-
He
decision.
won the Defensive Player of the Year, and that's the only award he's going to get. It's going to be SGA.
I disagree.
Okay.
I think Wemby, as we had that discussion before.
What do they call him? The alien?
The alien. If he can stop smacking his face on the ground,
That was.
that was a hard one.
You got to learn to put your hands out. Come on, man. That's
that ball ain't that important.
And we had a firing, if I'm not mistaken, in the NBA.
Well, Mike Brown, if he loses this series, he might be fired. Yeah,
Okay.
The Knicks cannot lose this series. And that's been one of the better
Orlando
series.
and Detroit, that's just baffling.
Well, Detroit is a young team. Cade Cunningham's just coming back from a collapsed lung. I mean, And Magic, really, they're not an eighth seed. They had injuries. They're more like a 2 through 5. So that's the fact that they're down 3-1 is surprising, but the fact that they're going to lose in the first round, no. They won 14 games 2 years ago. But,
All right, I just wanted to make sure I had the updated information. So, the NBA firm was actually, it wasn't today. Somebody got fired today. I'm trying to see who that was. Did you all see that cross the timeline? I thought it was in the NBA.
What, an NBA fire?
No, I know what it was. It was in Major League Baseball.
Okay.
The Phillies manager got fired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, he didn't even get a chance to get out the gate.
Yeah, they've been playing very bad baseball as of right now. All right.
And just want to make sure that we say it on this show because I know we haven't talked about it yet. Did we talk about the Aaron Rodgers tendering?
No, I'm glad you brought it up.
Okay, just want to make sure. The Steelers tender Aaron Rodgers. So they sent that out today. Basically, it's for a number of reasons. But
he has to sign.
Yeah, he basically has to sign. And it's really to protect the Steelers as well. In case Rodgers wants to sign with a different club. He's locked into playing for the Steelers in 2026, unless another team wants to pay him beyond what he's tendered. And if they do, it actually will impact the compensatory pick situation as well. So and it kind of sets a deadline a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in deadlines. Aaron Rodgers. To me, it looks bad on the organization.
No.
It does. 2 years in a row like this.
I disagree. As long as they know he's 41 years old.
I think it sets a line in the sand, and the Steelers actually say, "Hey, if it doesn't happen, if it's not with us, it's nobody."
The one thing we didn't talk about is Mike Tomlin made his comments on NBC, and he basically just talked about why he stepped away. I wanted to show a clip, but we don't have time for it. So in summary, he just said he felt as though there's a lot of people on the team that he felt needed a fresh start, like TJ Watt, Cam Hayward. He mentioned Boswell, and he thought maybe by him stepping away, they would have an opportunity with someone else. And then the last comment worth note was what he talked about with Aaron Rodgers. He said he believes that Aaron Rodgers will be back. Okay. And again, the Steelers aren't just going to sit around and tolerate this if they didn't know.
If the Steelers win a Super Bowl, is it Mike McCarthy's team or is it Mike Tomlin's team?
Exactly. I brought that up as well.
I'm super pumped for Mike Tomlin, though. I'm actually excited to see him on Sunday night.
I am too.
I think he's going to kill it. I think he's going to love it. And
That's good.
I think he's going to do the same thing Cowher did,
Yeah.
right?
Listen,
he's going to be like, this is kind of cush.
Hey,
right?
remember Hard Knocks? He was the star of Hard Knocks when they did AFC North.
That's right.
He's going to shine, and I'm so glad I get to hear a Tomlinism every Sunday.
Yeah. So it should be interesting. But hey, it is 8:32. We tried to get 8:30. We tried. So much to talk about. All right. But we broke down the Steelers draft. Basically, we gave it a C, fellas. Okay. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. JT, you're back. So you go first. 30 seconds, please.
Well, I'm happy to be back. You know, the Charles Barkley of the crew. But
you know, everyone doesn't like Charles Barkley.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Hey, do you think Charles Barkley cares?
Yeah.
Okay. Charles Barkley of the crew. But anyway, you know, take time out to call your loved ones. And I want to give a special thanks to my mother, Patricia Taylor, who's listening, because she keeps texting me like, I gave the coach a D. I gave the coach a D. But I love you to death. Thank you for always supporting everything I do. And, you know, just I appreciate you and love you. But also, I wanted to, like I said before, take time out to call your loved ones, especially the older ones that don't have many people checking on them. And it doesn't cost you anything to say hello or make somebody's day by smiling. And, you know, and I just, like I said, I learned that by working with the homeless for the last 2 months, and it puts you in a place where you appreciate more than you believe.
Excellent. Ken?
Thank you all for anyone who's listening or listening to this in the future. We appreciate you. Stay tuned. The Penguins are playing on Wednesday in Philadelphia.
Let's go, Penn.
If they win, they're back home on Saturday, and we will be covering everything for you. Also, it's almost the end of Autism Awareness Month. That doesn't mean autism awareness goes away. So please, if you and your family is struggling or need resources or want to connect with other parents or families going through the same thing, reach out to us here at Pittsburgh's DSEN. We will get you connected with the best in the industry.
Hey, guys, once again, thanks for having me on. JT, it was good to have you back on, man.
Thank you, sir.
Kudos to what you do for the homeless, man. That's very impressive. I don't know if I could do it, but yeah, I'm glad you're doing it, and that's a great thing. Last time I remember when we first did the show at Cloud 33, I said 3 AFC North coaches. No, I said at least 2 would be going. It actually was 3.
Okay.
Of course, this time I'm going to say
coach.
Huh?
Our bonus coach.
Our bonus coach. Right. SGA will win the MVP, and he deserves it.
Okay.
OKC will go back to back again. And to start this dynasty, it may never end because they have another top pick coming in this year's draft. So this could be a long time.
Okay.
And just enjoy watching what you see with LeBron James. You're watching the greatest player to ever pick up a basketball.
Come on, man.
We are all witnesses. No one else has done what he's done. No one else is going to do what he's done. 41 years old, taking out an all-time great without 2 of your best players. Recognize greatness. Watch LeBron. Enjoy it. Don't hate.
I think
the
Houston,
GOAT.
I think Houston is hurt too, if I'm not mistaken.
They don't have 2 other top players out.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Luther. All right. A big time show. Big time show. Thanks everyone for listening. As Ken said, if you listen live or if you listen to the recording or watch, the show recording, we appreciate it. Now, there's 2 players I wanted to point out because we didn't get to the 2 players, local players drafted in the NFL draft. Congratulations. And if I missed any, please let me know. But congratulations to Pitt's Kyle Lewis.
Yeah.
He went in the 4th round, if I'm not mistaken, to Miami. Okay. And also our own Khalil Dinkins.
Congrats, Khalil.
Okay. Darnell Dinkins.
Khalil.
Now, he wasn't drafted. However, he signed as a free agent with San Francisco.
Great job.
Okay.
Another Penn State.
Did I miss any locals that stood out?
Nope.
Okay, cool. All right. So a few announcements before we sign off regarding traveling. If you like traveling, well, take a cruise in the Eastern Caribbean with Pittsburgh's DSEN November 7th through the 14th. Go to our website for more details. Also, tune in to our radio station at PGHDSEN.com. Directly after the show, we have the best of soulful music that will be on after our show until midnight. So if you're listening, or I should say watching on YouTube, you could click over. If you're watching the recording, once the recording is out there, please go to PGHDSEN.com to see what is currently planned. Everyone, great show. Thanks a lot. And we're going to go ahead and sign off. Everyone, please join us next Tuesday for Soul Take, 6 to 8 p.m.